very late indeed tonight. Yes, yes. Try this and yeah. There we go. Get this in and charge you up. Hat. I always like my hat. Especially this absurd hat. I don't like how it does not want to fucking stay folded like there. Oh, you go for the little. You go for the little baby Zukov. Yeah, I did not think this through. Do some fridge real quick. Oh my god, you cute little goofy baby. You cute little goofy baby. You're so cute, a goofy. Here you go. Here you go. Food's for you. Delicious good foods for you. Ugh. There ain't nothing else in there. There ain't nothing there for you. Nothing there for you at all there, Zukov. You think there is, but there ain't. So you can just keep on thinking. Actually, I'll actually use that as bag to recycle shit later. Ooh. Ooh. Hey. Stop doing that. What are you doing, goof? What are you doing, goofball? Huh? I gave you some foods. You have some foods. You have some foods now. You have foods now. What y'all doing? What are you doing giving me the stare down, huh? I can have one of these. Fuck it. Look at you, baby. Look at you, sweet little thing. You sweet little goof. Ugh. Here, let's get some, Hey, would you stop it? Jesus. Jeez Louise, dude. Why are you such a pill? Why are you such a pill? You know what, you just want a little treat. Alright, I'll give you one. You shouldn't, but you shall. There you go. There you go. Sweet little baby. Here we go. Boom. Alright, let's get bowl loaded. Smoke it up. There we go. Come on. Bada boom. Oh. Oh, look at Zozokov. Stop being adorable. Stop being so adorable there, bro. Marching away. Oh, man. I know this much today. I feel mega fucking overworked. And this is probably like one of the first nights in a long time that I actually fucking got out at like fucking 11. Well, after 11 actually. So it's like, ugh. I am definitely drained. Boo. Boo. There we go. Actually, was a little harsh, but goddamn, the harshness felt good. We upped on magical, delicious ganja. Yeah, oh, such a lovely day when that happens, at least. But at what cost? Cost my sanity from working so fucking much. What you doing, huh? What you doing, you little terrorist ball of absurdity? Look at Zorro. I let you up here, but you got muddy feet. You little mud foot. Ach, matey, this be a late stream. Well, I fucking worked late. I mean, now that I'm actually, like, decompressing, wow, I actually, like, feel it lifting off of me. It was, like, I sent you a picture of my little project my manager wanted me to do today. Which wasn't even a bad thing. I actually was glad that she was like, yo, please, somebody. I'm just like, you know what, if you know, it's like, honestly, when it comes down to it, especially when it comes to, like, specialty, cleaning, you know, type of things, like, you know, hey, can you deep clean, like, you know, this, like, for some reason, it's like our warmers, and there's two of them. There's a lower one and there's an upper one. Our lower one, for some reason, we, like, store shit in, and I don't even know why. Because, like, the juice and the grease and the buildup that comes from the top oven will drip down, and plus, like, if you have wet grates in there and stuff, it drips. So, like, the bottom was just, like, this ridiculous fucking funk, dude. Ugh. And like, this is Zukov's. Yeah, it's been outside. My friend's here. My same buddy from yesterday. He's just been kind of here most of the time for, like, the past 24 hours. Oh, I shared Zukov to the Discord on TJ's little Discord he set up, and Zukov is already getting loved. Some person's just straight up, oh my fucking god, adorable dude.
Aww. I swear to God, I'm gonna set this son of a bitch on fire. Fucking hate this thing. I'm tired of working on this fucking shit.
Aw, somebody has little guinea pigs. More puppers. Oh my goodness. I love this whole pets and animals segment, or section. Zukov's a handsome boy. He really is. You wanna know my favorite picture of him so far? It's this one. It's peak Zukov. Because you just get this face, just like, I don't even know what, dude. His face just like, I don't even know. He's like he does that all the time too. Like, you'll like kind of like look over like off the corner of his eye like that, and he just looks like a derp when he does that. It's just so damn cute, dude. Oh, he's just a cute boy. Next, I have to show him Bandit. Zukov. Hey, don't lick my fucking lemon cake, you little bitch. What the hell? He's getting really sick of working this on Thunderbird. Or just getting sick of working on this specific thing on the bird, or just the bird in general?
I love the bird.
Okay, it's not the bird. Oh. Also, got my primary ballots in today. So, there's actually, this is insane, dude. This is like multiple fucking things. So, for federal offices, they get to vote for U.S. Senate or U.S. Representative of the 5th District. And governor, I'm not even kidding, there's straight up dead ass like fucking 13, like, look at this. Look, this is all just for the governor shit. Like, just all of that alone. It's insane. And honestly, the only people that I've read up about so far that I actually do like is Tina Kotek and Michael Trimble. Like, those two seem like they actually are kind of worth a fuck. Tobias Reed just seems like kind of a schmuck little corporate dude, but he was like the state treasurer for a while. And for legislative state offices, Mark Gamba, my mayor, currently is running for the 41st district of state reps. So I think that's already a guaranteed I'm voting for him there. Which, because, oh, dude, that is so cool to actually see him get up in the ranks. Like, that's fucking based. Because dude's endorsed by Teamsters, UFCW, the American Federation of Teachers, you know, it's like a lot of different unions. On top of a lot of different very progressive pro-left organizations and people as well. The one thing I don't like, though, is that a lot of these things, like the Judge Court of Appeals, like a lot of them literally only have one person. So it's just like, I mean, you don't, you know, it's like, yay, what choice? But also there's a commissioner of the Bureau of Labor and Industries, and I know there's one person on here that legitimately is actually like a pro-union, pro-worker type in here. I just need to figure out what their name is again. I know it's a woman, so I think it's going to be Christiana Cherry, or Sherry. I think it's going to be probably one of those two, but I think it's Christiana, or Christina. I think it might be her. So, I already know that I'm guaranteed to vote for some people on here, for sure. I know for a senator, I might. I don't know, I'm going to think about that one for a minute. Because Whiting's, like, okay. But what I read of William Barlow III, I actually kind of like him because he seems to acknowledge a lot of, like, Native American ideas and philosophy as well. And he's actually kind of put some of that on the forefront of his, you know, policies and stuff. Like the whole idea of, like, you know, thinking 7 generations ahead, you know, when it comes to problems with, you know, sustainability, overpopulation, and just our, you know, very hyper-consumeristic society and shit. So, I mean, there's, you know, he seems like a kind of legit guy, but, you know, I don't know, I'll have to think about it. But, there's so much fucking like... It's like goddamn shit, like, Metro Council President. God damn it, like, some of these I'm just straight up gonna have to just look up on my own instead of looking at the pamphlet, because there ain't gonna be some of these on here. In fact, I know some of these aren't in there, so that's gonna be fucking great. And then there's just this lone... And then this is just one fucking page. Vote for 11, and there's only 2 people on here. So... Don't know what that's about. Don't know how am I supposed to figure that out. But yeah, it's something that I'll definitely kind of start filling up a little bit over time here. I know, like, a few of those I already know I'm just gonna put in, you know, like Gamba, that's kind of a duh. Like, I mean, you know, he's already proven, you know, himself, you know, to me at least, when I voted for him last time, so it's like, yeah, there's already that. Kurt Schrader's a fucking shit-tard, so fuck him. Jamie McLeod-Skinner is obviously gonna be my vote there, so, you know, it's like, there's already, like, for sures, you know, already set in place. Honestly, I think for the primary, I'll vote for the senatorship, but in the general, I might just leave it blank depending on who it is.
Ah! Fuck bullshit! Just gonna lose a finger back here.
Yeah, don't lose a finger, please.
It's okay, it's fine. I'm like half asleep trying to do some work.
You're half asleep?
I'm all jacked up on knots back here.
Okay, that's like causing a lot of lights to flicker.
Yeah, I know. It does it every time I turn it on. Don't blame me. Blame your faulty wiring.
Well, you could blame that on my fucking, like, my suspect-ass fucking uncle.
Suspect fucking uncle? What's your uncle have to do with anything?
Because he built the place.
Oh, did he wire this place?
Yeah. Pretty horribly.
I don't know, it's not that bad.
I mean,
worse.
Okay, you know what? You know what? I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I wouldn't give anyone else that, but I'll give you that. Please don't lose a finger, Lamau. Yeah, you need that for fingering.
God damn it! Shut the fuck up! I'm trying to do something back here.
Yeah, I'm just trying to lighten the mood.
God damn it! I got fucking stuck.
Now he's going rushing on it. He's like, "I'll bang it! Banging it fixes everything, comrade."
Drill press on the button, fucking shoot you with a gun. I don't know whose gun, but I'll find one. Let go!
Let me just hide this over here. Because I have a lot of ammo, and I don't want that loaded. So we're gonna put that right there. Considering the comments I've just now been hearing. So we're gonna just put that right where I have a more direct access to it.
Oh, that's off a little bit. Fuck me. Fuck it, let's drill it out with a bigger drill bit.
Oh, and I'm about 720 bucks away from my gun that I'm gonna get, so that's about 2 paychecks worth of saving up still. So it's 2 weeks about for a background check, so I'm thinking tomorrow I'm gonna go up there and square shit up and be like, hey, is it possible to pay like half of it now and then the other half when the background check's completed or something like that? because if that's possible, honestly, that would be awesome. Because then it's like a, you know, like a...
I don't see why they wouldn't let you make a down payment.
Yeah, you know, I'll have to ask some... I'm pretty sure I could do that, but I don't know. I think it would have to be all at once. If I had 750 saved, I would just, you know, use the rest of it on my Sportsman's Explorer card. But, you know, I mean, not that close. I mean, I could, but I'm using the rest of my money for other shit, like Royal Blood and stuff. I'm gonna buy merch in Seattle. Well,
are you going to both shows or are you just going to one?
Both. So I'm going to at least get some merch for the you know, for one of the shows, and then just whatever's left over, I'll at least get one of the shows paid off for Stefano. And then my next paychecks, my next couple paychecks, on top of just saving for the gun, I'll kind of start paying Stefano off for the last couple shows and the laptop.
I know, I'm gonna pay Stefano off fucking,
Yeah, now I'm starting to owe him a little bit. Not a lot, though. Just 2 tickets and a laptop, and that's it.
No, I'm gonna pay him back next fucking, not this paycheck, but the next paycheck. I'm gonna pay him $600.
Yeah.
And we'll be all square. I don't even think I owe him 600. I'm just gonna give him 600 and be like, here.
Yeah, fair.
Do with what you want.
Do with what thou wilt.
I'm gonna go to the gas station real quick to get some gasoline.
Why? Do I want to know why? I hope I hope he's not actually serious. Like, gasoline, like, the gas stations are closed. Okay. I think he's kidding. Ooh, my custom arch patch is in transit now. Should be arriving in 3 days, so probably Monday or maybe Saturday.
Come on, nuts.
It's gonna go on my rig, and now eventually finally complete it.
Fucking retard.
He's not a oh yeah, so you call him one, but you almost spilt the food. Because someone you know, doesn't have, you know, some... Yeah, now you're just running into everything. Either someone just lost their eyesight, or, you know, someone just become a klutz.
Bruh, I would shut your pie hole. I'm not in the mood.
I'm trying to lighten the mood.
No, I'm about to ready to throw something at you. Maybe a grenade.
I have a bong.
I have a grenade.
I don't want my bong blown up.
I'll give you my tweaker bong.
I don't want that.
Your bong is fucking awesome. So I took a, so I've always wanted a fucking skull pipe. I've always wanted a fucking, skull bong. But I can never fucking get one. Because they're always way too much money. Or when I go get enough money,
You can't find one?
they're fucking gone. So I went to my corner store. Yeah, this is how redneck we are in Portland. You can go to a fucking corner store and get a meth pipe.
You can do that pretty much anywhere.
Is that anywhere?
Basically.
I don't know. I haven't been to that.
Oregon's... that's not unique to Oregon. I've seen those in Texas.
Oh, really? Okay, well, I haven't been out of Portland, so I wouldn't fucking know. That's beside the point, though. Is that not going to go? So fucking, I took a skull meth bomb. I got a down stem for a bomb. Took the fucking glass fucking, meth pipe piece out and broke it into a million fucking pieces. And fucking put the down stem in there, and I made it into a fucking bong. A fucking weed bong. Fucking thing ripped. It's a little hard to use, because it's got a rig, but...
Well, that's why I don't want that. I just want a simple piece.
No, bro, you want something really complicated. And then when people ask why it's so complicated, like, fucking made this shit myself, bitch. God damn it, I really dropped that book.
Well, the thing is, though, I didn't. That's kind of the problem. It's you that did that, not me.
Yeah,
I guess I'd add extra characters. Like, yeah, I got a friend that just, like, jerry-rigged this weird fucking thing. This gremlin tweaker bong thing, yeah. Doo-doo.
I find it funny that Logan asked me what I did with the other piece, and I was like, I fucking shattered it. Why the fuck would I keep it?
Why not just, like, not, it says shattering it, why don't you just recycle it?
Because it's too unnecessary.
Ooh, so? You can still recycle glass. Glass is glass.
No.
How
I'm gonna fucking shatter it. Fuck meth heads. World would be better without them.
Jeez.
Liberals.
So harsh.
That and we need to get rid of all the goddamn liberals.
Okay, okay, hold on, wait. You just piqued my ears up. My husky ears just went straight through the roof. So, did you just say, rid the world of liberals?
Yeah, I did. Why?
Based.
Even though I have no fucking clue what a liberal is.
I do. I don't like them.
I'm for test. I don't give a fuck about politics. All I care about is cars, motorcycles, and pussy.
And dick.
And dick sometimes.
Oh, sometimes.
I'm more into she-males, but yeah.
That's still dick. Dick's a dick.
Dick is not a dick.
Yeah.
I like dick tits.
It's still a dick. Like, there's female cock and there's male cock. You just like female cock, I guess. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I'm assuming he likes, like, either male to females or, like, female to males that still have their dicks.
What?
I'm actually trying to figure out, is like a she-male like a female to, or is like a male to female that's just still has their, like, dick, basically?
Fucking a she-male is like...
It's just a trans person who's like male to female, but it still has their...
Most she-males aren't fucking trans. Like, some of them are actually born that way. With a dick.
Well, yeah. I know that.
But you also have fucking, trans. Which is basically a male who wants to be female but gets a dick.
Well, yeah, I mean, because not every trans person does necessarily, well, not every male to female trans person necessarily wants to go through all the procedures. Some of them are fine with keeping their dick, you know, to a certain extent. You know, or at least, you know, to some degree, and some of them like to go all the way with it. Some of them probably don't necessarily want to do, like, a total full transition, maybe. You know, so, it just kind of depends. Depends on trans person. But there's also female to male trans people, too, so there also might be, you know, that element as well. But that would probably be more like, you know, someone who looks more like a male, but still has pussy. So, it's just like, it'd probably be more like that with that, but still. Either way, I don't care. I mean, you know, at least for me. I'm fine with either or.
I really just don't give a fuck anymore.
I don't give enough shit.
What do you think, Shop Dog? You think this time will continue to be money?
What?
Huh?
I don't even think my dog's not even, like, listening. Like, he doesn't even, I don't even think he comprehended a thing he said.
Yeah, because he's an idiot. The Shop Dog's not paying attention today.
It's a good boy. It's a good boy. Who's a sweet little baby? Look at you. He's so cute. You got like weird funk in your eyes, dude. Weird ass little funk in the eyes. Fuck there. Should I just call you Tomcat or something? Because I mean, your ears fold like Tomcat, like an F-14 or something.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, you sweet baby. You little buddy. Stop being so handsome. He's so cute. He's so cute, bro. You need to stop being so damn cute. Anyway, let's see what's up on Tube. Yeah, let's see. I know we didn't really necessarily check out that student loan debt video, but honestly, it didn't even matter anyway. Actually looks like a... Yeah, there's this. Here. So, it's just like, yeah. You know that promise I made, like, literally, like, 2 days ago? It's like, we're not gonna actually do that.
Well, folks, the dream is already dead.
Again.
Yesterday we talked about how the Biden administration was reportedly planning on canceling a substantial amount of student debt, according to a conversation that he had with members of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus. And today he's saying, not so fast. Take a look.
Majority Leader Schumer said yesterday that you're, quote, getting closer to using executive authority to cancel up to $50,000 in student loan debt. Can you confirm that? What exactly are you looking plan to do here in the coming?
You mean my spokesman said that?
Majority Leader Schumer.
Look, number one first thing we did was reform the system that was in place that didn't work for anybody, that allowed people to write off debt if they engaged in public service. We have almost 1,785,000, don't hold me the exact number, I'll get the number, 700 and some thousand have had debt forgiven, their whole debt forgiven because of their working in either as teachers or other means by which...
Here, let me just like inflate this number, but you know, it's like, don't quote me on the exact one, I'll get back to that. My God.
To make it easier. Secondly, I am considering dealing with some debt reduction. I am not considering $50,000 debt reduction, but I'm in the process of taking a hard look at whether or not...
Which, by the way, 50,000 is barely fucking anything.
There will be additional debt forgiveness, and I'll have an answer
Right.
for that in the next couple of days.
So it's most likely going to be the case that he only cancels $10,000. And it's Biden, so he could say, I'm asking Congress to send a bill to my desk to cancel $10,000. He might not even do that with executive action. So it's funny. I'm laughing not because this is good news. I'm laughing because we live in such a cruel world. Honestly, if he waited like a week or two more to deliver us this bad news so I can dream for a little bit longer about what it would be like.
You have that wrench that's by my fucking...
with this debt. At least that would have been kind of a little bit of a
We're gonna
treat.
leave it out in the car.
But it's even more cruel because, as the Debt Collective puts it, this sends a clear message to people who have suffered for decades under impossible crushing debt. Yes, I could cancel all your debt. I'm going to demonstrate that I have that power, but I am deliberately deciding to keep you in debt forever. And that's really what this is. If you cancel student debt via executive action, then you're proving that you have the power to do that. So to not cancel at all means you just don't want to. So, I mean, the Republicans...
Lovely. I love it. It's like, yeah, you know, we have, you know, some spokespeople and a bunch of other people that are saying they, you know, want to do this, but me, The one who actually has the power to do that? Nah, Jack. We're not going to be worried about that at all. Oh, he was just trying to grab a bone.
Turns out you didn't have to. Congratulations, you all got this dub. Millions of Americans will continue to remain in debt for the rest of their lives.
Peachy.
Nothing will change. I mean,
well, nothing would fundamentally change, Jack. I mean, he did say that. I always like to make sure that that's, you know, reminded, because honestly, it's just like this piece of fucking shit. It's just like, I mean, you know, even though we didn't really necessarily check it out too much, I did see it, you know, later, and it's just like, I mean, even then I knew it's like, this is definitely some bullshit, because this isn't necessarily coming out of his fucking mouth anyway. So, you know, it's like the idea that he was going to be canceling, especially, even like 50,000, that's like a fucking pittance. Like, honestly, even if it was done, it would have, you know, been like, yeah, good, but, like, honestly, how many people is that really fucking helping? Like, is it just, like, anyone who has, like, you know, 50,000, you know, or more, like, in loans, or, like, 50,000 or less in loans? Like, or what? Or is it just, you know, just collectively? You know, so it's, I mean, it's barely fucking anything. It's just like a little elbow grease on the surface to be like, yeah, look, we did something.
Promised us, right? Nothing will fundamentally change. So for him, like, the thought of doing something that substantial really was, it didn't seem too good to be true, and it definitely did.
Because it is too good to be true.
So what I'm assuming is going to happen, and this is all speculation, so take that with a grain of salt, is he's going to announce he's canceling $10,000 in student debt, or he's telling Congress to send a bill to his desk that he can sign so he can cancel student debt, and that's when the repayments will resume, right? Because you can't just resume payments without doing something after for so long you've been dragging us along, giving us hope here and there that maybe you do something to ameliorate our suffering. But, you know, who knows? He could just do nothing. He could tell Congress, I want a bill on my desk, not take executive action, and then just resume the repayments and say, well, look, I told Congress, like, this is the Democratic Party, so anything is possible. And when I say anything is possible, like, nothing good is possible, but the most comically idiotic scenario bearing out, that is absolutely possible. You know, where he just fucks over students before the midterm election and then wonders why nobody came out to vote. I mean,
honestly, I kind of remembered, and I think we'll probably check it out in a minute, but I remember skimming over on YouTube, and I saw a Kyle video that I didn't watch yet of how most Americans, or at least like 55% of Americans, would support an independent party candidate, or at least like an independent, you know, outside candidate versus a Democrat or a Republican candidate. It's like, well, hey, you know, it's like, I think more Americans starting, you know, be, you know, welcoming, at least on a vague, broad level, my club versus, you know, the DNC / RNC club. Well, clubs. Well, club facaded as two clubs, but the two clubs are so people can, you know, fight amongst each other, you know, the peasantry, you know, but the actual, like, you know, club, you know, itself, you know, it's all one club. And you ain't in it.
He's saying this, and he's seemingly angry at Chuck Schumer as well. I mean, he didn't express rage at all, but he took a little bit of a jab at Chuck Schumer. He said, oh, my press spokesperson, because Chuck Schumer said that he's closer to getting the president to canceling student debt, or that the president was closer to canceling debt, something of that nature. And he didn't like, presumably, that Chuck Schumer said that. But I mean, Chuck Schumer is just doing what he can to nudge Biden in the right direction. You know, for some reason, Chuck Schumer decided to really become a vocal advocate for student debt cancellation. At first, I thought it was a ploy to kind of...
I mean, I guess I'll give Chuck Schumer that, is at least he's being kind of the better corporate shitbag. Or at least he's like, well, hey, let's actually, like, you know, give a pretty decent breadcrumb to people. I mean, it's like, and honestly, if, like, the corporate Democrats were like that, I mean, I'd at least be willing to be like, all right, I can be more understanding on people, you know, falling for their shit, you know, honestly. Like, I mean, legitimately, at that point, if they were like, yeah, we're actually going to give at least some breadcrumbs. So, honestly, it's like, I can at least give Schumer that. I still don't like him. I still think he's a shithead. But at the very least, like, it's like, hey, I want to actually give, like, a breadcrumb to people because, or, you know, if we don't, we're not going to have, like, a lot of influential power to, you know, keep these people on our fucking voting block, you know, so we want to keep these people, so let's at least give, you know, one thing for them, this. the student debt. So, hey, it's something. I mean, it doesn't necessarily affect me, but I have friends that would definitely beneficially, be impacted by this. So, yeah, I would definitely give them credit for that, I mean, it's just like, I mean, it's so stupid how, like, there's a lot of these corporatists that are honestly, in a way, proving themselves that if you do press their buttons and twist their arms, they are willing to, like, play along. When it comes to a lot of this type of shit. It's just like, if only we had fucking people that would just do that. Because this is, I think, an example of Chuck Schumer showing it's like, hey, if you twist my arm enough, I'll, like, advocate the progressive shit. As long as I get something out of it. Because he's a fucking careerist. I mean, he wouldn't be in that position, especially being in politics as long as he has, if he wasn't getting that shit. So, it's just like, I mean... I mean, honestly, it's like you gotta, like, do some LBJ tactics on these fucking, oh my god, hard acronym for a second, but it's like you gotta do that type of tactics on fucking people. You gotta do the Johnson tactics, the FDR tactics, because, I mean, there will be some of these corporate little fucks that are, at least to some extent, showing and can, be bent, to these fucking more progressive ideas. You just need somebody who's willing to actually strong-arm these people and actually have, one, the confidence, and two, the actual, like, ability to do such. I mean, just having, like, one or two people there, to try to do that ain't really gonna help. Like, there actually needs to be, like, a legitimate power to, support it.
Progressive primary challenge, what are we still talking about? He's not really facing, a primary campaign that's actually competitive. So... he cares about this, apparently, for some reason, and Chuck Schumer's just trying to...
Well, honestly, I think why, at least in part why Mike is confused is what I believe, in this. It's like, some of these corporatists are willing to, be pushed along if you push them up against the wall a little bit. I mean, because honestly, even for Schumer, it's like there's nothing really... significant, pressing them against the wall by any means. If anything, quite the opposite. So it's just like, I mean, I think at least for him, it's just he knows that at least offering at least some breadcrumb to people is just beneficial. Like, he understands, the idea of being a corporatist, but smart about it, where he wants to at least, give every cycle at least a breadcrumb of some sort. And he knows that this whole student loan debt forgiveness thing is a very big deal to a lot of people. So he wants that, to be the breadcrumb. And honestly, it's just like, yeah, seriously, do it. Like, I mean, even if it's, a little bit. I mean, so all it takes is just a little bit of that LBJ fucking arm twisting shit.
Direction by saying, yeah,
I mean, honestly, it's just like I think about, like, how far Schumer could be pushed further on this issue if he was having, some progressive in there twisting his arm further about this. Because no one is. Like, he's just doing this, just apparently. Yeah, I mean, at least, what Mike says, but it's just like, I mean, he's doing it because he wants to protect his, party's power. At least when it comes to the whole back and forth football game because of the current administration right now. Like, he doesn't want it being more feckle than it already is. Like, I'm pretty sure he doesn't like the fact that to dimensional Biden is president. So it's just like, I mean, if I was in his position, I definitely wouldn't fucking blame him.
The reason why I think Chuck Schumer is doing this, not like pretending that Chuck Schumer is some sort of a strategic mastermind, but if...
I mean, I definitely don't think that either, but I feel like I kind of explained it already at this point.
If you set that expectation, then it looks bad for the president to not deliver on what the leader of the Senate is saying. So, look, this is...
I mean, yeah, which is the compromise of the power that their party has, which he doesn't like that. Which I think plays a role into the idea of making sure there's at least some breadcrumb given to people, and considering that this has been like the golden breadcrumb that people have been looking at for quite a while, and that's been kind of like a big talking point. Like, I mean, he wants to, make sure that breadcrumb is put out, so the people can, harvest over it, so it's just like, I mean, it definitely is a major role. I would definitely say that.
Expected. I said in yesterday's video that I didn't want to get my hopes up. I'll believe it when I see it. And just a day later, I was like, no, I'm not canceling for $2,000. We went from thinking, wow, maybe he'll cancel all of it, possibly unlikely, but most likely 50,000 if he's saying a substantial amount. But, I mean, who knows? He could cancel like 1,000 and be like, well, that's a substantial amount. You're welcome. We don't know, but either way, it's honestly cruel. Like, it feels cruel. Even the part of him breaking it to us this quickly. Like, as I said earlier, I just want to dream a little bit, just a little bit longer. Let me dream for a week. Let me think that maybe it's possible. I can't have that, because this is America, and this is a country that is going to perpetually disappoint us because we have two political parties that don't give a shit about working people. So, I mean, all of the Republicans who were clutching their pearls at the prospect of Biden doing something good, you no longer have to worry. You no longer...
Oh my god, they're still gonna bitch and moan about it. Like, give me a break. I mean, they always do, like, no matter what. It's like when they lose, you know, they just want to, like, literally just bitch and moan constantly, and when they win, they just want to bitch and moan because they think they're going to be stopped, and, like, you know, there's actually, like, some bigger cabal that is still truly in control or something. It's like, they always think they're losing, even when they are, like, quote, winning. You know, I mean, I guess because fundamentally in the long run they are losing and being defeated, but just because they have a few victories here and there when it comes to like states or some shit, you know. But regardless, it's just like hardly. Like, I mean, it's like they just have to have some constant boogeyman, or it's always, you know, a constant scare and like, oh my god. Like this Chuds recently too. It's just like even though I'm not even like a big person whatsoever, you know, at all. I don't even do it, you know, strictly by, you know, career means or anything. But yet I'm also like, you know, part of the boogeyman to some, you know. It's just like such a boogeyman when you got a friend, you know, working on his car outside, you know, getting frustrated and shit with everything. And a cute little puppy dog that annoys the shit out of me. Like, Zhukov's more of a threat to society than I would. Like, I'm the one who reins him in. I'm, like, more of a protector of society. It's like, I mean, come on now. And also, it's just like, even when something isn't what they claim it is, they always have to put some, you know, fearmongery label, you know, to whatever the fuck they got. You know, that they want to scaremonger, whether it's like, you know, the Democrats or the communists or, you know, the LGBTQ, the groomers, this or that or whatever the fuck. And it's just like, like, okay, yeah, sure. I mean, so much of it's just a lot of sheer projection, but it's just, you know, the basic kind of boogeyman bullshit that they always do. It's like, I wonder what makes it. Yeah, I wonder what makes this boogeyman different from the last one y'all did. Cause like whether, you know, because I've basically been honestly and thinking about it, labeled pretty much like everything under the goddamn sun that I could think of. Like liberal, woke, degenerate, oddist. Well, at least that's kind of accurate. Fucking groomer, which that's a new one because of the whole fucking, you know, recent Republican scaremongering and bigot brigading and shit. And then fucking like, you know, like communist, liberal, fucking like it's just like I'm struggling to think of other ones because I mean there's just like all of them. Like, I mean, pretty much when it comes to, like, these realms and whatever fucking, like, label they got in the roster, it's pretty much, you know, whatever it is. I mean, it really shows how much, you know, they critically think about the world around them. I mean, it's like, I might be, you know, kind of talking in broad strokes right now, but it's like, really, I'm talking about a very small, specific group of people. And most of them are mainly on the online sphere. Like, you rarely ever really see them offline and in real life. I mean, if anything, these are the type of people that look up to people like the Proud Boys and shit. Because at least them, they at least, you know, are out there having a life. Because that's how they're able to afford all their fucking weird little LARP gear. So, I mean, you know, it's just like, at least they got lives. I'll give them that. I'll give the Proud Boys that and shit. Which is why, you know, they venerate them so much and shit. But... you know, it's just like, they're even more of a niche fucking group of people in society, more so than, you know, the more actual, like, active ones that do have lives. Because this, you know, I'd say, like, you know, collectively, it's like a good quarter or third of, you know, our population in this country, you know, that, you know, is like this to some extent or another. And then, you know, to the ones that are actually, like, you know, the more online-based ones, that's literally probably, like, maximum, like, 5%, but more realistically, probably, like, 2.
Way to convince people that getting rid of their debt is actually bad. So, I mean, he's making the Republicans' jobs easier in November, but it's Biden. So, not really that surprising at the end of the day. Nevertheless, it's still incredibly cruel.
I mean, honestly, that's the kind of fuck thing about it. Like, it's so easy to, you know, just try to label these people as, like, oh, or at least, you know, the DNC and the Democrat Party as these things that, you know, a lot of these type of people fucking, you know, claim and shit. Because when they barely do anything, especially that has a positive outcome towards people, like, yeah, no shit, you know, people are going to be a little bit more willing to buy into, like, oh yeah, they were actually destroying the country or doing harm to it and this and that, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, because, well, when you have a system and a status quo that does not, you know, fundamentally change, you know, for the better for the average person and the working person, then, yeah, they're probably going to be more likely to believe in this type of shit. I mean, I definitely know coworkers that think that, you know, like, you know, they're not, like, anti-vax or, like, anti-mask or anything like that, but they definitely believe, like, you know, because of how much of a failure of our own fucking government and shit, you know, whether it's, you know, the right or the left, you know, they just think it's, you know, even things like that are, like, fucking shams because of how much of a failure our government really fucking is. And then you get, you know, these type of politicians who continue the same cycle, you know, that will take that type of shit and swindle and manipulate these type of fucking people into more of these, you know, radical little enclaves. And then, you know, the cycle just continues. And it's just like, I mean, at a certain point, you know, like, at least, you know, for a lot of my coworkers, you know, it already is kind of there. Like, I mean, that shit doesn't even necessarily matter as much anymore. And even when it's talked about, it's definitely not in, like, some weird, like, what? You know, it's like, fuck you then, you know, type of way whatsoever. It's actually done so with, you know, actual legit, like, casual type of conversation and discussion. But it's not even, like, the biggest thing that comes up. If anything now, at this point, it's just, like, waiting for our fucking, like, wages to actually get through and stuff, which they still haven't yet. I got paid today, and it's just like I was kind of hoping that, you know, they'd probably pop in today and shit. And honestly, thinking about it, like, you know, like fucking corporates basically, you know, just taking their time and, you know, dragging on as long as fucking possible till the deadline to when they get penalized for not enacting, you know, new wages and shit. So basically, they're just like, well, you know, if the deadline's this date, we won't do it until then. It's like, what? I mean, so we basically get to, you know, sit on our ass and just, you know, and they get to see, you know, who's going to stick around and who doesn't, you know, when the shit, you know, goes through, you know, just so they can, you know, continue the high turnover rate, even though we're heavily fucking overstaffed. You know, so it's just like, it's just so fucking ridiculous. And honestly, it's like outside of essentially the OGs like me, like, I mean, yeah, it is a high turnover rate. And it's pretty fucking ridiculous. I mean, it's, you know, it's like, it's like if only they just enacted, you know, these type of things and actually would just do the back pay instead of waiting until the very fucking last second, which would be up until fucking June. It's just like, maybe, you know, people would actually feel like, you know, this, you know, store management around here gives a fuck about the workers a little bit and actually wants, you know, things to improve. You know, and all that type of shit, and kind of keep up with the rest of the stores. Because honestly, I fucking found out, like, other stores in this fucking district that we're in are all doing good. Like, and that's why, you know, they were enacting, like, a lot of this new shit, because they expect us, despite our problems, to keep up with all these other stores that are doing good. You know, in fact, some stores, you know, are not just fully staffed, but even have more staffing, so they've even laid off people. It's like, what? It's like, instead of laying off some of those people, you know, give them the opportunity to maybe transfer over here or some shit. Like, fuck. Like, I mean, it was, yeah, there's, like, other places around here that can help, or use the help, at least, and shit. Like, god damn. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, it's like, and honestly, especially when it comes to our store director, especially, like, oh my god, literally no one likes working for him. He's known, you know, like, not just around town, but, like, just in general, especially throughout the company, is, like, no one likes working with them. It's like, oh my god. No wonder it's, like, horrible here. Like, what, they just, like, slump him here? Just, you know, the fucking, you know, be like, well, this is like, you know, one store don't matter as much. We'll just put this piece of shit over here. And just expect, like, yeah, we'll just, you know, take it and, you know, hope for the best. It's like, I mean, it's to the point where, like, honestly, like, it's really gotta be a something's gotta give situation. Like, either he needs to actually, like, give a fuck, or, which, that's laughable. Or he needs to, like, move to another location, or, like, just step down or fucking something, because it's, like, he's really fundamentally a major goddamn linchpin of problems of, like, pretty much everything. So, part of my errands tomorrow is definitely having a little union call with the new rep, and, you know, kind of, getting oriented and getting acquainted. I'm gonna have, you know, a nice little, acquaintance with the new rep, haven't, been introduced yet, so I'm gonna introduce myself. I like their last name too. It's awesome. Sounds like a title ship or something. Of, like, you know, a lordship. Fucking Coverdale, dude. It's just like, this is like Lord Knight's Coverdale of Brighton or some shit. It's just like, damn, bro, wouldn't want to fuck with that. So I'm kind of hoping, fingers crossed, that my kind of presumptions just based on the name is you know, also translated to how she actually is when it comes to her unionist efforts and shit. Kind of radical. And, I guess, knightly. Which, I suppose, militant. Not literally, but at least figuratively. Because I wonder if there's a possibility to do, like, a wildcat strike for our store specifically at this point. Because I've actually talked about it before, but honestly, especially to try to change, you know, the fucking management and just being that the main issue, like, I don't see why not. I mean, especially when it comes to very specific targeted strikes like this. I mean, it's not new or unique, you know, in union efforts or labor and shit. There's been a lot of times where it's outside of contracts, but just strictly, like, you know, things like working conditions or management and shit that, you know, people have struck for. Or it's not necessarily a contract, but the fact that management is so fucking shit and they don't necessarily abide by any of it at all, that, like, there needs to be a change. So, if there ain't gonna be, you know, much listening from corporate to change shit, then, well, they're gonna start striking and shit. And actually, you know, demand they get changes. So, honestly, it's just like, I want to, you know, part of my, you know, introduction, I want to be like, look, dead ass, like, you know, I've kind of wanted to, you know, like, approach for a shop stewardship. You know, I've actually, you know, like, you know, approached a couple times, and on top of this shit, like, I mean, so, you know, I kind of want to, like, you know, show that, you know, there's a little, you know, a little more, you know, going on to it besides just like, hey, let's make sure new contracts go through. It's like, I mean, there's more to it than this shit, and let's prove it. Not just ourselves, but, like, you know, to everyone else. Because, I mean, hell, if it's going on in the rest of the country and shit, why not join the fucking, you know, railroad on that? Join the train. Get on station, wait for it to pop on, and hop on. Let's see what our mic videos are. Oh, you know, speaking of union shit. Wait, what? What's the video on? Biden to push. Biden to push, or to punish Amazon for Union busing, or calls on Biden to. Biden doing that. Biden's like verbally have said that. It's like, yeah, we're watching you. It's like, but yeah, that's all you're gonna do is just watch. That's literally it.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez attended an Amazon union.
Oh, so now AOC attends the fucking union rallies and shit. So it's not, before their votes, it's after they do their votes. Oh my god. Ugh. Like, I mean, I don't really got an issue with Bernie, but I do got fucking problems with AOC, and I really don't like her at this point. And it's just like, oh, so now you decide to show up? Whatever.
Union organizer Chris Smalls, so I've got to say,
I guess maybe Chris Smalls is actually going on Tucker and calling out not just her, but like kind of everybody. Even though Tucker was trying to specifically bait about like AOC, and it's like, nah, it's not about her. Like, no one showed up, so it's like, really, it's not even her. So it's just like, yeah, I mean, realistically, that's true. But it would have done not just her, but their efforts a lot of good. But even then, it doesn't even matter. It shows that you can get it without their support. And if anything, that's probably a good, good thing to show. And it's, definitely been taking waves. A lot of waves on that front, because like a lot of people, I think like 3/4 of the fucking country support this shit when it comes to Amazon unionization efforts. So it's just like, I mean, when you got like such a strong support for something, especially when even there was a case where politicians kind of turned their back on this shit and they still won. I mean, it just shows that like the type of energy and momentum when it comes to union efforts, well, maybe it doesn't necessarily have like the same like figurative teeth, so to speak, like it did like a century ago. I mean, it definitely has some of that spunk still, like, and it's kind of coming back, like, I mean, which I definitely like. I ain't gonna fucking gripe on that. I mean, especially taking out a lot of the nepotistic elements of Hoffa out of Teamsters and shit. I mean, that's another good thing as well. So there's different track going on, like Union Train decided to get like a different operator and shit, and
what are you talking about?
Different unit efforts and shit going on right now. Because
same old.
Well, I mean, stuff that I think even you would be interested in, because it's a very big, all-encompassing idea. Even, I mean, it doesn't take big words, intellectual, philosophical lingo to understand it. I mean, it's a very common man's type of idea.
The most influential people in American politics currently, and what I like is that even though it is the case, as Chris Smalls has explained before, that having support from lawmakers isn't necessarily going to make or break these union efforts, it still...
And it didn't. Like, honestly, he proved that they don't break the fucking union effort. If anything, they just shown that they can still build it, without it. And I think that's very important. I mean, a lot of these different Starbucks unions are proving that. Like, outside of, like, the Buffalo City one, even then, I don't know if they even did. Like, I mean, it's just like they got... Well, actually, I think they did. I think Bernie went to visited them, if I remember correctly. I know they visited... Bernie visited Bessemer. But, same with Nina. But, it's just like... I'm pretty sure there was politicians that came down, or a lawmaker that came down to the Buffalo City one, or the Buffalo, New York Starbucks union efforts, but I could be wrong, I guess. I'm actually not too sure. But, it's like even there, it's like all these, outside of that one, that I'm not too sure about, like the rest of them didn't. Like, they didn't get any at all. I mean, even in the first one in South Eugene, in Oregon, that got unionized, I mean, that one, like, I only found out about that after they got their shit all said and done. I was like, oh, what, really? Awesome. I actually know there's a Starbucks not too far away from me, like an actual just individual little establishment. And I kind of want to go in there at some point, eventually when I do have some time, and I kind of want to see if, they are potentially, doing some efforts themselves. Because if so, good shit. If not, I'm going to kind of low-key, plant some seeds in that shit. Not even going to lie.
Them as allies because they have power and influence that no one individual organizer is going to have. So Bernie Sanders knows that standing in solidarity with labor means you also have to do more than show up. You have to demand action. Use your platform as a U.S. Senator to demand action. So in a nearly 20-minute long speech on the Senate floor where Bernie Sanders...
Bernie, why can't you just be literally a decade younger? Like, even if you are an old fart, why can't you just be like a decade younger old fart?
Bezos and Amazon for the whole time, which was excellent, by the way. He explained in great detail the ways in which Amazon has violated a lot of labor laws, and they've been guilty of that.
I mean, that's like the least of our concerns when it comes to shit they violated. I mean, let's be honest.
They've been caught numerous times. So what Bernie Sanders is now doing is calling on the Biden administration to punish Amazon in a very deliberate way for their union-busting behavior. But before we get to what Bernie Sanders
come on, I want to hear it.
And how he wants Biden to punish Amazon, I want to just let you see what Bernie Sanders says about the union busting from Amazon, because if you haven't been following this story, the ways in which they violated union laws, labor laws, is truly, I mean, they've done everything.
It's fucking insane.
So take a look at the way that Bernie Sanders breaks it down here.
From the very beginning of the union organizing effort until today, Mr. Bezos and his company have done everything possible, legal and illegal, to defeat the union effort. In fact, Amazon cannot even come to grips with the reality that workers in Staten Island won their union election fair and square.
I love that. And I want that. I just want them to unable to come to grips with reality for every fucking fulfillment. Like, honestly, just imagine if, like, 14 more fulfillment centers or, like, 19 more fulfillment centers, you know, like, were unionized and shit. Oh, my God. Like, they would just melt. And, I would just... I might even, like, you know, splash out on, you know, some good fucking, like, top shelf wine for that shit. I'd just be like, oh, I really want to, like, you know, celebrate that, you know, classically and a little bougie, just to spite them.
Pull the process out. Amazon's lawyers have appealed that
bougie it is. Lovely.
Their strategy, as is often the strategy of corporate interests confronting unions, is to use their incredible resources, their unending amount of money, to stall, and stall.
Stalling is, like, honestly the least of what they fucking do. Not only do they stall that shit, they literally try to, like, poison it, fucking, like, infect it, fucking, like, stab it, shoot it. Like, they'll literally do anything and everything under the goddamn sun to stop it. Like, stalling it is pretty much like, you know, they'll do that first to be like, you know, just to see how strong it really is. To be like, hey, stop it, you. You know, and they might get a little harder and harder depending on, you know, like, how vigorous it is. But if it ends up being like, yeah, we're fucking meaning it, and they can't necessarily quell it, they're going to literally do anything and fucking everything under the sun. They're not just going to stall it. Like, they will, like, do everything to kill it.
Every way possible, Amazon is refusing to negotiate a fair first contract with the Amazon labor union.
Of course.
In fact, Amazon has been engaged in a massive attempt to undermine the union organizing drive in direct violation of labor laws and regulations. Let's be clear. Amazon has already been penalized more than $75 million for breaking federal discrimination and labor laws. Amazon is currently being sued by the National Labor Relations Board to reinstate a worker who was illegally fired for organizing a union. To date, there are currently 59 unfair labor cases against Amazon pending at the National Labor Relations Board. Several current and former employees at Amazon have alleged that the company has engaged in illegal harassment and discrimination based on race, gender, and sexual orientation.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, considering that they literally think Chris Smalls is like an unintelligent, like, unarticulate fucking, like, dipshit, basically. I mean, despite him being a very smart and very articulate, charismatic individual, you know, and has shown to, you know, have a very, like, high oratorical, like, intellect when it comes to speaking and shit, it's just like, I mean, it's like, he doesn't necessarily have to have, like, high, you know, like, ivory tower sitting lingo jingle words, you know, to show that. I mean, just him, like, even going on Tucker Carlson just shows that, because he's smart enough to know, like, yeah, I know where there's some bait when I see it. I know when there's some, you know, some bullshit, because I know where to read between the lines. Like, you know, it's like I've seen enough company fucking slippery bullshit, you know, to read between the lines of that shit, to know where, you know, to read between the lines of that type of shit, too. And when it comes to, you know, fucking baiting. Because honestly, it's all the same tactics. Like, whether it's, you know, like, coming to, you know, from, like, you know, political perspectives or from a core perspective, like, a lot of the shit that they do to try to undermine, you know, a lot of different ideas, whether it's unions or otherwise and shit, very similar tactics. You know, especially when it comes to, you know, like, the back and forth talking, so to speak, when it comes to that shit. So it's just like, I mean, if you can read between the lines from the corporate propaganda and shit, you're definitely going to read between the lines, you know, from Tucker Carlson propaganda. Because it's just the same shit. He's just parodying the same stuff. Just on a more generalized perspective instead of the corporate lingo jingle that you're going to get training on when you get hired.
Amazon misclassifies delivery drivers as independent contractors rather than employees in order to evade tax, wage,
like my dad, by the way.
And benefit responsibility.
He was hired by Amazon, but as a temp worker, and they actually got rid of him quick and shit, but, you know, just because he was considered, quote, unproductive, even though he literally is a, you know, will bust his ass and fucking, like, even break himself to do so, you know, type of shit, which is why, you know, honestly, his health isn't even, you know, as crazy, you know, as it is now. His back's all fucked up because of that shit. Because he will literally, like, break himself to go over the top, you know, when it comes to working and shit. Especially when it comes to things like landscaping, because he's done that, you know, for so fucking long. But, he was, too slow or unproductive or whatever the fuck. I forgot the exact, lingo and shit, but they, you know, quit calling him, and, despite, you know, and even would show up. And basically, he would show up, and they would be like, nah, we don't need you. And basically would not tell him that he was fired up until, like, you know, the 4th or 5th fucking time he showed up. So basically wasting gas and wasting his fucking time instead of just being front with him. So it's like, on top, you know, especially when it comes to independent contractors and shit, there's a lot more fucking leeway what they can do. So they'll just fuck with them, too, even. I mean, so it's like, not only will they break you even further, even if you already are, like, partially broken like he was, like, they will fucking, like, even, like, mess with you and, like, just harass you and shit, you know, just out of spite, like, oh, nah, silly, like, oh, you think we really need you anymore? You're trash to us now. No. You're like something that will kind of, like, kick on the road, you know, a little bit, you know, for a little bit of amusement as we walk by. No, peasant. It's just like, what? I mean, so, like, fuck Amazon. It's just absolute utter garbage. And honestly, the fact that I see Amazon delivery trucks all over the place just really irks me. And I really want to get some spray paint one of these days and just run around. And when these, you know, fucking Amazon cars are parked, to just, you know, just spray paint in big letters, unionize or some shit, and just run away. Because, god damn it, it's... Like, they really need to, like, fucking get a little bit more of, like, a radical bent, you know, like, when it comes to, you know, these type of efforts. Even if it's not necessarily directly from the fucking workers. Like, they need to feel it. So, it's like, oh, wow, who did this? It's like, I don't know, I saw it that way. Yeah, it's like, well... I guess we'll have to, you know, paint that over, I guess. But it's like, hey, if it keeps happening over and over again, you know, maybe those workers are like, I wonder why, you know, this keeps happening. I should maybe look up this whole, like, unionized Amazon thing and shit, if they haven't already learned about it. And if they do, they'll know what that means.
Amazon's inadequate workplace safety policy.
Besides, you think Amazon does not have the money to fucking, or the insurance, you know, to fucking replace, you know, a little bit of paint.
Those grave risks to work. If you can believe it, and this really is quite unbelievable, according to a New York Times investigation, Amazon warehouses has a one...
Road spikes keep randomly appearing in front of our trucks? Weird. I want to go that far. See, if that happened, especially the way I'm, like... Honestly, I could do it quicker if I just got gigantic stickers that say unionized, because I actually have found unionized Amazon stickers. So, honestly, that's a very quick way to do it. Like, you know, just get a bunch of big ones and just order those in fat bulk and just splatter them all over the place. And just give them to Amazon workers, and it's like, here you go. You know, so, I mean, honestly, if anything, that's probably realistically what I'd actually do, because that's not exactly vandalism. They can't really fuck me for that. Well, I guess technically if I'm plastering around on a truck, but, you know, fuck Amazon. They got the money to replace that shit. It's like, oh no, you gotta, like, scrape a sticker off. Honestly, they're gonna be too cheap for that. Like, I have a friend, at least last time I talked to them, they were working at a more, like, smaller business around here, or at least, like, a different company that, I forgot the name of, that, I think AutoZone, actually, where they, will, like, deliver shit back and forth to other places or whatever, and they do not keep up with their trucks at all, and they're all, like, fucking broken. Like, one of them, apparently, the AC's broken. Another one, like, the rear view is busted and shit. One of the bumpers is, like, fucking partially not even there anymore. Like, fucking ridiculous shit. It's like, I mean, and plus, you know, just other very poor working conditions. And it's just like, I mean, honestly, it's one of my friends I've had since fucking kindergarten, and I'm just like, well, one thing that I've, you know, especially been getting really into is, you know, some union shit, you know, it's just like, because honestly, at this point, like, especially, you know, to the people I know and stuff that I could definitely easily, you know, get into and kind of click with this type of shit, especially, it's just like, I am to jumping on any and every opportunity when, you know, when there's a possible chance to bring it up. Because this is like, especially now more than ever, it's definitely a very important thing. And if I remember correctly, they were really, you know, actually kind of into the idea and were pretty positive on it anyway. So it's just like, hey, I like that. I actually need to hit him up again. It's been a while. It's been a while since I hit up my friend, you know, since Kid and God.
And 50% turnover rate. 150% a year. Workers come into the warehouse.
That's like more workers coming in than those that stay. I don't even think, like, our turnover rate's that high. Whoa! Sneezy. But yeah, like, I don't even think our fucking turnover rate's that high and shit. Honestly, just because of OGs, you know, like me. Like, I mean, I know people that, you know, that have been there even before I have, you know, shit, that are still fucking working there. It's just like, god damn.
They are worked as hard as humanly possible.
Yep.
And then after they are exhausted,
like my dad,
physically broken down, they leave.
Yep.
And then a whole new set of workers comes in
and replaces them. Like a fucking cog.
Further, in some locations, their workplace...
Bernie, why can't you just... seriously, I love you, man. One, like, honestly, you know, maybe I'm starting to get a little, like, you know, a little inebriated, but god damn it, bro, if you're a decade younger, man. Literally just a decade younger. Like, fuck, dude. I mean, I guess, you know, you probably... like, man, just run. Just do it. Fuck it. Just go all gas, no brakes, bro. Like, who gives a fuck if Biden runs? Just do it, dude. Because, holy shit, man. This is just, like, man... I mean, you know, I will give him this. Like, even with his age, he's still there, you know? Like, I mean, he's... like, I just want him to be more firebrand, but because of his age, you know, he's not going to necessarily be that way anymore. Or at least not as often. Fuck this world.
2.5 times the industry average. I was in Staten Island on Sunday talking to some Amazon workers, and they tell me that injuries take place every single day, and many of them go unreported.
And there's also deaths that go on in Amazon fulfillment centers, too. where the workers are just expected to keep on fucking working and just not even, like, you know, flinch to it. Like, I mean, like Amazon literally wants to bring us back into the 1890s. Like, I mean, for fucking real. The response to Bernie's apprehension against running against mine should be, just look at him. I know, seriously. Listen, I have already said my policies and my ideas for literally multiple different times. So I'm just going to literally say this. Literally, look at him. He can barely even respond to what I'm going to say. Which is literally just look at him. He's miserable. He's dementia-addled. I, who is just as, if not maybe even older than him, is more cognitive and aware than he ever will be. It's just like, I mean, he needs to just go all gas, no brakes, man. I mean, like, fuck. I love him, but he's too much of a goddamn nice guy, dude.
Goddamn right, bro.
I mean, yeah, it's like I love Bernie, but it's like you're too nice. Look, my friend Joe. It's like, I hate when he was doing that shit, man.
I suspect he's Jewish. They're all nice people.
No, that has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, it does. Jews are nice people.
That literally has
polite.
That
That's how they were raised and born. To be polite.
That literally has nothing. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. I don't even know how to. Okay. I'm just gonna. Yeah, he just drops that hot take and just walks away. Like.
Yeah, because I got better shit to do.
Oh my god. How do I even respond to that? Like, I don't even know. I really, like, how... I don't even know. Like, I don't even respond to that, man. Is he confusing Jewish for Canadian? I think so. I mean, he won't be able to hear me, but goddamn, I think he was confusing Jewish for Canadian, because honestly, if he looked at Benjamin Netanyahu and, like, the fucking Zionists that were doing apartheid and shit right now, he'd probably sing a different tune about that. Oh my god, you know what? That just reminds me, I don't think I was streaming. Actually, I remember, I think I ended it. One of the nights he was here, and he, like, and he had, like, he just blurted out, like, you know, like, just like, goddamn Jews, fucking running everything. I don't think, he's not being serious, because he just literally will blurt out the most randomest of shit like that. And, well, maybe not literally that, but just out of nowhere, like, you know, it's just, those are just one of the different things that he would potentially just randomly blurt out, because he's just a random fuck. Like, he literally is just like a chaotic neutral type. Like, he's just like that. I mean, honestly, I mean, I'm just being fucking blunt and serious with that, and it's, and I'm just like, it's like, what, I was literally like, how in the fuck are they doing that? And it's just like, you know, I don't even remember, it's like, cause you just do, I think he just said that, or, you know, it's like, and I'm just like, bruh, it's like, no, they don't. It's like, and I had to, like, you know, at least break down, like, some basic nuance, like, there, you know, because of, like, yeah, there's, like, APAC, and, you know, they lobby a lot of, like, the pretty much, like, or just pretty much just the entire government. And, you know, and it's just, like, because there's, like, a mutual butt-fuck relationship going on with the, you know, the two nation states of the United States and Israel and shit, because they both have foreign policy, elements and agendas that both benefit, you know, each other when it comes to their fucking, you know, broader, you know, for-profit schemes for making more money and shit, especially when it comes to the more fundamentalist, far-right nationalistic, you know, religious base of both elements of those nation states, because they both believe in the, you know, crazy fucking weird voodoo bullshit of like, oh, if Greater Israel existed and we fucking kicked out those dirty Arabs and all this other bullshit, you know, oh, then, you know, Jesus comes back or whatever fucking boo-boo, and the Jews think, oh, then Jesus will actually show up or whatever fucking boo-boo. And because it's all, you know, tied into some weird, similar fucking bullshit, you know, it's just like, you know, it's a great fucking scapegoat, you know, to continue, you know, the broader scheme and making more fucking military money and shit, you know, while fucking ghettoizing a bunch of fucking Arabs and shit, and goddamn, you know, smack lanes to goddamn fucking the Israeli-Palestinian lands like Gaza and the fucking West Bank and all this other shit. While, you know, military contractors make more money, you know, shit by, like, you know, dropping more Iron Domes and fucking more, like, you know, Hellfire missiles and, you know, fucking, you know, like training, you know, co-option, joint operations, and all this other bullshit. It's like, it ain't, you know, like some weird, like, quote, Jewish cabal. It's just all tied into the, you know, the fucking root of, you know, the whole problem in itself. Making money. So to kicking out Arabs to make an Arab show up seems counterproductive. I know, that's so fucking... I mean, well, at least to the Jews, they don't think Jesus actually showed up. So in their mind, you know, they probably think he's actually going to be like, you know, some Semitic Jew type or something. Or at least what they think of what it is. But it's just like, honestly, realistically, you know, if we grant the idea that Jesus, you know, existed, because there's at least possibility that he might have. I mean, personally, I think he's more of an amalgamation of different people that did exist, you know, but we're just kind of like folklore tales that eventually just kind of combined into one person or some shit, you know. I mean, because honestly, that's not necessarily unique, you know, to, like, you know, lore and, you know, tales, you know, and shit like that. You know, so it's just like, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, you know, it's more, like, either way, it's just like, if we're to grant that, you know, a Jesus or Jesus-like people were to exist, they're more likely, you know, considering the lands in the region, you know, one, well, Semitic, but there's not just Jewish Semitic peoples, there's also Arab Semitic peoples, which at least today would primarily be the Palestinians. You know, so it's just like, you know, back then he would probably be more like, you know, a Palestinian, you know, Semite more so than anything, and that would look totally fucking different to what, you know, people probably would think of, you know, what, you know, Palestinian probably look like today, but also, like, you know, Jew native to that region would look like today, too. Like, I mean, because also, like, you know, people's looks and shit change over time, and also people were just more smaller and shorter back then. Like, you know, so it was pretty rare for someone like my height, you know, to exist back in the day. And if they did, they were considered fucking giants. So, like, someone like Goliath, if he were to even exist, would probably be more like my height, or about the, you know, about, like, maybe 6 foot to, like, you know, 6'10" region about, you know, which there's a lot, you know, maybe even 7'2", 7'4", you know, maybe even, you know, for the higher extremes and shit. Because people like that do exist. At least around here, I see a lot of people who are even more taller than me who are, like, in that 7-foot region and shit. And it's just like, I mean, yeah, I mean, back in the day, especially if more people were a lot more smaller in comparison, yeah, that would look like a goddamn fucking giant, you know, so, I mean, it makes sense, you know, but, like, if that's if we're granting these people existed, but, you know, but it's probably, you know, at least in my mind, more of an amalgamation of different people that eventually just kind of become, you know, a combined folklore tale. Why David and Goliath was probably more so of like a battle of, like, you know, a smaller armed force, you know, versus, you know, against like a larger army or some shit, more realistically, instead of like this David Goliath tale and shit. And, you know, David was probably just, like, you know, one of the troops that just happened to be, like, one of the better soldiers and had recognition and was kind of seen as a hero or whatever the fuck, and eventually became the fucking king, whatever the hell. And that's granted if he existed, too. Which I think he did, but not in the way the Bible depicts him. The Bible depicts him in kind of a more charming light, kind of, but he's also, like, a literal, like, misogynistic fucking raping piece of shit, too, that had, like, literally, like, hundreds of wives. So, yeah, what a great upholding moral character for Christianity. But, anyway.
December, 6 Amazon workers died after they were required to continue working during unsafe weather conditions in a warehouse that did not have appropriate safety facilities or policies.
So they have explicitly broken the law.
Oh, he's referring to the tornado that happened earlier this year. And honestly, it's like, considering that you're in a tornado hazard area, you would think at the very minimal you would have at least tornado shelters on location and on site at minimal. Like, honestly, if you're in a tornado prone zone, that should be fucking law. Like, it should be by law, like, every building at least has, like, you know, some form of a tornado shelter. You know, like, same thing for, like, these hurricane-prone areas. It should be by law that, like, every building is retrofitted for at least, like, the most, you know, the most hypothetical extreme hurricane that could potentially hit that region. Which, especially these days, you know, maybe we might as well make them like, you know, bunkers at this point, because, you know, the hurricanes are getting fucking insane these days, and at more common, you know, numerality as well. So, and not too sure if, you know, your average Joe Schmo building is going to work these days. But it's just like, I mean, it's like when it comes to like specific fucking environments, like your buildings and your infrastructure should be, you know, like adapted to that. Like not just your average infrastructure, but also adapted to whatever the fuck, you know, could potentially, you know, be environmental risks and shit. And if it's tornadoes, either have, you know, well, also have your buildings, you know, more tornado resistant, but also at least have one tornado shelter for every fucking building that could at least accommodate some people, because like holy shit, that would like those 6 people that died would never happen if that warehouse at least had like, you know, a basic fucking tornado shelter. You know, it's just like, you know, because at that point no one would have died and there wouldn't be such fucking outrage. But Amazon literally could not give an iota of a fuck about the worker, because, you know, and, you know, especially in this case, because honestly it's just more of a cost benefit to just, you know, use the insurance, you know, to just rebuild the fucking place and, you know, pay off, you know, the families, you know, some very basic piss water restitution, you know, for their fucking, you know, family dying there. If that even. They're probably not even going to do that shit. You know, so it's like, if anything, they'd mock them and be like, we're sorry that they died. We're sorry. It's just like, I mean, they're gonna do that shit. Like, I mean, you know, like the whole South Park meme. Like, they don't give a fuck. Like, I mean, if anything, I was probably being a little too charitable there. So it's just like, I mean, you know, like, honestly, it's just like, they're just gonna use it as just a benefactor, you know, for them, because they just make more money off the insurance, you know, while they're rebuilding the fucking place. It's like, oh, 6 corpses happen to be, you know, cleaned up, you know, during the fucking cleanup process. We'll pay the little, you know, extra on that insurance. Not a big deal. Are you saying that work conditions would be safer if they made it safer? Wow. I know, such a revelation, right? Like, this has even been a thing that's been, like, you know, like, critiqued about by these fucks, you know, literally since, like, the 1600s, and even probably before then. And it's just like, huh, we still have to fucking screech it. It's like, wow, hey, maybe if you fucks had working conditions safer, things would be safer and we wouldn't bitch as much. Wow. It's as if these things should probably be common sense.
Even though they've broken the law, even though they've been guilty of union busting, well, they're getting rewarded by the government by very lucrative contracts. And that's not acceptable. So Bernie Sanders has a very simple solution. He's calling on Joe Biden to nix all of these contracts. And that is going to cost Amazon billions and billions of dollars. You see, it's easy to pay a couple million here and there if you violate labor laws. But when, you know, you cost them billions of dollars, that's going to get them to pay attention. I guarantee it. So here's some...
Oh, that's a flex. That's a flex move. Ooh. Oh, why can't you be a decade younger? Like, honestly. Like, god damn it. We saw how he was in 2016. He was more vibrant than this shit. Like, I mean, well, he was about, at least like this, but like,
To President Biden. Dear President Biden, last September I was delighted to hear you state that you intend to be the most pro-union president leading the most pro-union administration in American history.
Oh my god. Yeah, give me a break, Biden. Seriously? Bullshit. Like, honestly, I'm actually trying to think, and realistically, the most pro-union president was probably FDR. Honestly. And even then, not necessarily because, you know, out of the kindness of his heart. It was because a lot of those unions pressured him. And, you know, helped, you know, push a lot of the legislation that he was enacting and shit. wasn't necessarily just because he just out of his own brain, concocted all of that. I mean, it came with a lot of, elements of meeting with union labor representatives and the heads of labor organizations. And on top of, all sorts of fucking people, lawmakers, etc. Like FDR was doing that shit. So it's just like, I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, like, I mean, FDR is probably, at least as I understand so far, unless, I dig into some of these other presidents, and shit, at least especially during America's labor movement from, like, the 1880s, to FDR and shit. Like, because everything after FDR is definitely corporate bullshit, like, no way in hell. But, like, anything before him in, like, the 1880s, like, like, I mean, like, any president during that time, I mean, maybe, but, like, I don't know, I have to look into it, because I legitimately not too sure. Maybe Teddy Roosevelt? Like, the first Roosevelt? Maybe? But I highly doubt it. I mean, even, like, not even Woodrow Wilson, because the only reason why, like, he could potentially is because he sent National Guard to stop a literal fucking, like, bloodshed battle from going on because union organizers and union workers and shit were so fucking sick of the working conditions and shit, and the company literally hiring gun thugs and private police and basically bribing the entire West Virginia, like, police department, and, like, law enforcement, to their fucking side, and gunning them down, left and fucking right during these little skirmishes in the, for, over the years, trying to, get better working conditions and shit, that they literally had a full-on fucking battle of Blair Mountain. And, I mean, it's just like, but even then, it wasn't because Woodrow Wilson was like, bro, you need to try to stop that. It was because, this is not good, when it comes to, like, the corporate PR. We don't like this. Because fucking, those same private company police scab motherfuckers and shit were also having their own aircraft, where they gathered chemical weapons and bombs and shit and made shift different bombs themselves. These old World War I munitions, whether it was chemical weapons or not, and just and dropped them on these fucking people. So it's just like, I mean, it was a major fucking, bad, PR move, especially, but also just like, a major fucking, blow, to a lot of these corporations and shit, but also kind of to the union itself, because it took a long time up until FDR, to actually, see some real fucking recognition and recompense and actual fucking change because of that shit. And it was literally only because one of those bombs that those fucking planes dropped didn't go off, and they collected it, and it was used as evidence during the court process against the fucking company. Only reason why is because one of those bombs decided not to go off because they were too fucking stupid to make shifted right. So, and they have a picture of it too. Like, if you go on the Battle of Blair Mountain Wikipedia page, you'll see a picture of it. And it's kind of haunting to look at a little bit. It's just like, Jesus Christ. Like, it was probably, like, thinking about it, especially considering they did use chemical munitions on people. And also, a lot of World War I veterans, are experienced and probably know a thing or two about that shit. Which, hopefully, they probably had gas masks and shit like that because of that, knowing, they've, were veterans themselves. And that's how the battle stopped, too, because a lot of National Guard troops are veterans of the Great War, too, at that time. And a lot of the miners were, too. So it's just like, I'm not going to shoot, like, somebody who was probably in my battalion or, fighting in the Great War with me. Like, fuck that. I ain't going to shoot on another veteran. It's like, so there's a lot of solidarity in that. Which, honestly, I guess in the sense for Wilson, that actually was a good thing because, it's a sense of solidarity where it's like, hey, if these guys are in between us in the, in like no man's land that we've kind of set up here in Blair Mountain, to kind of like stop the fighting, I mean, it's like, yeah, we're not going to shoot them because for all we care as miners and veterans of the Great War, they're on our side. So it's like, if anything, there probably was like a pretty pro-union act, in the very immediate sense, considering that a lot of those, National Guard troops, would definitely probably, feel sympathetic to a lot of the veterans that were, on the side of the miners and shit. Considering that there was like 10,000 of them. So, you know, it's like all in all, I mean, it's just like, it makes sense, you know, at least for the immediate sense, at least for Wilson, but, I mean, even then, like, FDR has 4 fucking terms, he's got a lot bigger of a fucking track record, and honestly, a lot of the real change at the end of the day that did come from that fucking battle and shit, really did come from FDR's tenure as president, at least in the early days. Not really so much because of Wilson. The only thing he really did was just send the National Guard in. That was about it. So, even then, not really. Like, and so honestly, you know, to bring it back, it's like the idea of fucking Biden is retardedly fucking stupid. It's just like, no, not even close. Like, you know, just even the historical context of, like, even with, like, Wilson and FDR and, like, Blair Mountain and the labor movement then, it's like, just all that shit, you know, just proves that otherwise. It's like, goddamn. Like, literally, honestly, like, even then, like, Woodrow Wilson is more pro-union than fucking Biden is, just with the fucking, with that shit alone. And even then, not really. But more so than Biden.
Presidential campaign, you promised to institute a multi-year federal debarment for all employers who illegally oppose unions and to ensure federal contracts only go to employers who sign neutrality agreements committing not to run anti-union campaigns.
Yeah, where's that? Where is that, huh? Oh, yeah, nothing would fundamentally change, I forgot.
That campaign promise was exactly right. Today, I am asking you to fulfill that promise. Since 2004, Amazon has received thousands of federal contracts worth billions of dollars. The Washington Post, also owned by Mr. Bezos, reported that Amazon is in line to receive a cloud contract from the National Security Agency worth up to $10 billion, a contract that it should not receive as long as it continues to violate labor laws. Another Bezos-owned company, Blue Origin, may also receive a contract from NASA worth up to $10 billion to fly a spaceship to the moon after more than 20 current and former employees alleged that this company repeatedly discriminated against workers and did not adhere to safety protocols.
That's also why, honestly, like, NASA needs to be, like, more of a bigger conglomerate and just have, like, a nationalization of all these other private, like, you know, tech industries and shit. Like Blue Origin and fucking SpaceX. Like, honestly, like, that needs to be, like, you know, really what it is. Like, you know, like, the government needs to just, like, 100% buy these, you know, companies 100% in their entirety. And Virgin Galactic or, you know, whatever, like, these, you know, like, space companies are. And just, like, make, you know, just, like, make it some mass amalgam, you know, conglomerate for NASA. Where it's just all combined. I mean, and just, like, you know, having, you know, extend funding for NASA and shit. Because, like... Like, honestly, a lot of these fucking working condition problems would probably go away if, you know, if these fucking private corporations weren't, you know, the middleman, you know, the fucking, you know, enact a lot of this bullshit. Just because it, you know, gets more quicker research and development, at the expense of a lot of our workers and researchers and shit because we, you know, work them to death like mules. Don't mind that. I mean, I know NASA isn't necessarily instant either, but, like, holy shit.
Taxpayer dollars should not go to companies like Amazon and multi-billionaires like Jeff Bezos who repeatedly break the law. I
no shit.
Ban companies who break federal labor laws from receiving federal contracts.
Or how about we hold on? How about we just say we just ban companies to break federal labor laws? Full stop. How about we just do that? How about we just take out from receiving federal contracts? Just take that part out and just leave everything else. That sounds pretty based right there. I mean, it's still based. I do like that, but I mean, it would be even fundamentally like 8 quadrillion times more based if it was just, what was it? Urge you to ban companies who break federal labor laws. Yeah, just that.
For a couple of reasons. First and foremost, this is something that Joe Biden can do unilaterally via executive order. There's no excuse. You know, no Joe Manchin, no Kirsten Sinema, no parliamentarian. This is something that the president can do by himself. Cancel all federal contracts from Amazon. Second of all, it's brilliant because you are pissing them off. You're cutting into billions in expected revenue for them. That's going to piss off their shareholders most likely, and also it gets them to pay attention, right? Because when they pay millions in fees for federal labor, federal labor law violations, I mean, that's nothing to them. It's like pennies to you and I. But if you get them to lose billions of dollars in expected profit, well, that's a completely different story. Now, Bernie Sanders also spoke about this moment in particular and what catalyzed this labor movement that we are seeing, that we haven't seen for decades in this country. And I think he nails it here. He explains that really comes down to the greed of these oligarchs like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. While everyone was suffering, working during a pandemic, risking their own asses, these oligarchs got richer. They have yachts, 25-bedroom mansions. So they're so...
What? 25-bedroom mansions? Jesus Christ. Like, things like that need to literally, like... If there's, like, a house that has more than, like, 5, like, bedrooms or some shit, like, dead ass, they need to become, like, communal housing. Like, they need to, like, be, like, gathered by the FedGov and then just, like, bought and owned by, you know, to become communal housing areas. Like, these mansions and shit, especially, like, a lot of them that, fucking just, like, lay empty and shit in, like, you know, bougie-ass fucking areas and shit, like, in LA or whatever the fuck. Like, they straight up need to be, like, considered, you know, like, communal housing areas where, like, you know, multiple different families can live in these places. Like, for, you know, fucking seriously and shit. I mean, go, whatever, do it. I don't care.
Oh, okay. I wasn't going to because I saw...
I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Whatever, dude.
It's your last one, though.
I have the new one. I don't give a shit.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you want to get, like, 2 out of that, I don't give a fuck. Of course, I mentioned it, and there you go. Like, whatever, it's okay.
Oh. I'm out of cigarettes, so...
Well, I don't care. I mean, I only really use it to mix with my weed and shit, you know, so it's whatever. Fuck Logan for getting me into that snow.
Huh?
I need to break that habit, honestly. Fuck Logan for getting me into that habit. Asshole getting me into it in the first place. Literally peer pressure me into it.
I zoned out. I'm tired as fuck.
Nah, it's all good. I'm a little inebriated, so now I'm just like thinking out loud because I don't care.
What? You wanna go for a ride?
Oh, give him some loves.
You wanna go for a ride?
Oh, give that baby some loves. He's
You wanna
a
get in the
sweet
back
baby.
seat? Do you wanna get in the back seat? Let's go for a ride. Let's go. Let's go. Can you wanna go for a ride? You wanna go for a ride in the T-Bird? You wanna go for a ride? I promise. I'll give you a ride when I get it running.
Come here, baby. You sweet baby. You just want some loves and hugs. You want some loves and hugs. Yes, you do. Oh, you're a sweet baby. Oh, who's a good boy? Oh.
I wasted a day on this shit.
Oh, it's not a wasted day. Quit saying that. You just tell yourself that to make you feel shitty. That's bullshit.
No, I mean, I wasted my time drilling holes in that fucking seat rail when
It
didn't have to. I fucking finally got it to sit back where it was supposed to sit.
Oh. Well, I mean...
Nor did I fucking... half of it's dangling.
I mean, well, at the end of the day, it's like, once you get it running and shit, like that, and all the major things out of the way, you can eventually upgrade it to have, like, a more sturdier part and stuff in place, even if it's a custom build. Like, you can find somebody who can custom order that shit and do it.
No, I'm never taking those seats out again. They're fucking in there permanently now. I'm never taking them back out.
Well, what if they break down over time and, you know, just due to wear and tear, you know? I'm just saying, you know, it's like...
That's why God invented duct tape.
Oh my fucking God.
I refuse.
On the 7th day, God invented duct tape.
God damn it, yeah. Fuck, where'd that fucking piece go?
Oh, who's a good boy? Oh, who's a good boy? You're a good boy. Yes, you is. You're a good boy.
Not him. He's not a good boy.
You should have seen him this morning. Like, I woke up and he was, like, leaning on something with his head knocked out and snoring. And his face was so smushed because he was, like, laying down, but, like, his head was leaning on something, and his face was, like... I can't even explain it. Like, it was smushed beyond beliefs, and he was snoring, like... Oh. Hey, don't paw at me. He thought I was, like, dying or something. I'm just mimicking what you were snoring earlier, bro. He was just like, I wish I had a picture. I'm not even kidding. I really wish I took a picture of it because, holy shit, he looked beyond ridiculously cute, but, like, I literally, like, said, oh my god, look at you, Zukov, and he was just so knocked out. Like, he didn't even respond. He was like, oh.
I was like, fuck you, bro.
God, I wish I took a picture, man. I really did, because he was so cute. His face, like, outside of his muzzle, literally looked just flat beyond belief. Like, it almost looked like a pug with, like, Pinocchio status with, like, the face. It was, again, it's hard to explain. I wish I took a picture of it, because he was just, like, so smushed. And his snoring literally woke me up. That's how I found out he was doing that. Like, I woke up because I heard him snoring. I'm like, what the fuck? And I look over and I see him doing that. And I'm like, oh my god, you absolute, like, plumpy chungus fuck.
Oh, there it is. That's what I need. I cannot fucking lose this.
What is it? What is it?
Actually, I'm putting it in the fucking car right now because...
What is it? I want to see it. I just want to look at it. That's all. I just want to look at it.
No.
I'm not going to do it. I'm literally going to look at it and give it right back to you. I just want to observe it because I'm a curious drunk fuck.
No. It might disintegrate in your hands.
Oh, no. Come on.
No, it's going in the car.
I just want to... Okay, you hold on to it and I'll look at it. Just...
No.
Man, you're a fucking degenerate. You know that, right?
I've been working on this fucking seat for the better part of 2 fucking days.
Hey!
Kiss my ass.
Well, buy me a drink and I will.
You don't need to. You already have plenty.
Well, fuck you. It's called a tab. Asshole. See how he treats me? What a dick. Anyway. Well, now that we fell way far out of field, let's get back into it. I want to see more of this.
They're so out in the open about how shameless they are, and they still refuse to pay their workers fair wages and treat them well. And that has all culminated in this...
Mike! Well, didn't you know? Amazon offers $15 minimum wage. How's that unfair wages? Come on now. Don't mind that we have independent contractors where we actually don't offer those wages, and, you know, and we also, like, you know, do a lot of wage theft where we'll cut people's wages, you know, due to various different things, like overtime, breaks, and, you know, different things like that, blah, 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 blah. It's like, yeah, don't mind that at all. Come on now. We offer $15 minimum wage. Come on. We even have sign-up bonuses for our truckers. Like, I actually get, like, actually mailed, like, little pamphlet, little slip things by Amazon, like, oh, $3,000 sign-up bonus for driving and delivery services and all this other shit. And, like, of course, the $15 thing, and it's just like, oh my fucking god, like, these little slimy worm weasel little fucks. Like, I just, like, want to take that. I wish I had one, because unironically, especially because I'm drunk, I literally would just burn one, because, like, holy fuck, that's what I want to do it every time I see one. When I'm sober, I don't, because I realize it's probably a bad idea, but drunk, I don't give a fuck.
So long until it catches up with you, and that's what's happening. So Bernie Sanders breaks it down in this clip.
Mr. President, during the pandemic, last several years, Mr. Bezos, like many other billionaires, did very, very well. In fact, since March of 2020, Mr. Bezos became $65 billion richer in just a couple of years. Huge increase in his wealth. So, Mr. President, if you ask me why people in this country are really, really angry, I will tell you. And that has a lot to do with the reality.
Honestly, angry is the least how you can describe it, Bernie. At least for me. But I know I'm not the only one.
That in the midst of the pandemic, in the midst of the massive economic dislocation that we have seen, we have lost tens of thousands of essential workers, people who live paycheck to paycheck, who had no choice. They had to go into a warehouse, they had to go into a grocery store, they had to drive a bus, they had to do all of the things that keep America going, and as a result of that, having to go to work, thousands of them contracted COVID, and many thousands actually died. And that's what happens when you are an ordinary worker in America living paycheck to paycheck. You don't have a choice. You have got to go to work to feed your family. And during that same period, the billionaires and Mr. Bezos made out like bandits. Bezos himself became $65 billion richer. Mr. President, Jeff Bezos...
Does someone laugh in the background?
...has...
Like, hold on.
$5 billion richer.
Sound like a cough, but someone else... It sounded like someone took advantage to chuckle. Like, I'm sure there's probably, like, some Republican fuck that's in, you know, listening to this who, you know, when someone, like... you know, someone, you know, when someone tried to take a quick little cough, he went, like... like, yeah, right. Like, honestly... I felt like I heard one. I felt like I heard some weasel, like, you know, take a little chuckle in there.
Money to own a $500 million yacht. $500 million yacht. He has enough money to afford a $175 million estate in Beverly Hills. He has enough money to afford a $78 million...
Is that the poor area of Beverly Hills or the richer part of Beverly Hills?
14-acre estate in Maui. He has enough money to own a $23 million mansion right here in Washington, D.C., which has 25 bathrooms. So, if you're in Washington, D.C., and you have to go to the bathroom, you know someplace that you can possibly go. Mr. Bezos has enough money to buy a rocket ship to blast William Shatner to the edge of outer space. And yet, even though Mr. Bezos can afford...
And then he will fucking, like, you know, be a scumfuck and then thank his workers for basically being a bunch of fucking mules under his fucking, you know, profiting exploitative back, like the parasite filter that he is. If fucking, you know, just, you know, like, say, oh, yes, they're so great that, you know, I can, you know, do all this under their fucking back, you know, take, you know, luxurious, you know, fucking, like, space yacht adventures with people like William Shatner and shit. Which I don't even give a fuck that William Shatner went to space. I mean, if anything, good for him. But, like, fuck Jeff Bezos. Like, I mean, if anything, like, all my, like, vitriol about that type of shit is towards Bezos and just him only. Like, I mean... If anything, I'm actually kind of, you know, like, especially, you know, knowing Shatner and his, you know, record, especially being, you know, James Kirk, it's just like, I mean, you know, if anything, good for him. You know, actually, I'm kind of, you know, kind of glad and proud of him, you know, but, like, fuck Bezos. You know, like, you know, fuck Bezos Blue Origin. Like, I mean, if it was, you know, SpaceX with Musk that he did that with, or literally, like, anything else, I'd say fuck them too. But, like, you know, it was with Bezos, so whatever. You know, that's who he happened to, you know, have the opportunity with. So, whatever. Fuck Bezos either way.
And his $500 million yacht and his rocket ship, Mr. Bezos refuses to pay his workers at Amazon decent wages, decent benefits, or provide decent working conditions. And that, Mr. President, is what excessive greed is all about. And that is why the American people are saying enough is enough.
Yeah, I mean, billionaires have just
shit.
become too comfortable in this country. They thought that they can exploit their workers in ruthless ways and then reward themselves with mansions and $500 million yachts and just throw all of that wealth in their workers' faces and get away with it. I mean, you have workers risking their lives. Multiple Amazon employees died during the pandemic. And they still won't treat them well. won't pay them a living wage, won't actually offer them benefits. It's, I mean, what do they expect, honestly, right? I mean, we're all kind of surprised that this labor movement has come back and is stronger than ever, but I mean, I felt like this was almost an inevitability because of how brazen these billionaire pigs have gone.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like, if they were doing this type of shit, if Amazon was as powerful as it was maybe, like, I don't know, like, 2 or 3 decades ago and shit, they probably could have gotten away with a lot of this type of shit, like, honestly. Because, you know, the labor movement wasn't really, you know, strong anymore at that point. But, like, now that it's been coming back, and yeah, more stronger than it has been in a long fucking time, it's just like, yeah, at this point, like, no one's buying the shit anymore. No one's taking the piss. Like, I mean, people are fucking realizing, you know, what the actual bullshit is, and slowly but surely are fucking starting to take action to it. Because especially when more of this type of news spreads, you know, if unionization efforts, you know, whether it's from Amazon, Starbucks, Verizon, you know, and probably even Walmart eventually too, you know, as sooner than later. And a lot of these other unions that have been around already starting to take a little bit more of an offensive approach and shit, like if our local and stuff. I mean, especially doing strikes a week before Christmas with Fed Myers and KFCs and Kroger. I mean, it's just like, it brings a little bit more inspiration to a lot of people that don't have these opportunities and be like, oh shit, you know, look what we could do if we had these, you know, type of capabilities. So, it's just leading up more and more. I mean, it's just only the fucking start of it. Or I'm probably going to see more of it, you know, with at the end of this year, and just, you know, with the continuation of the next year, and honestly, probably the year after that too. Like, we're going to continue to see this type of momentum grow and grow. And I want to definitely, you know, be where it fucking counts when it comes to that type of shit. So, yeah, let's see what else he has to say.
One of the real ones in Congress and the Senate, and I really appreciate him doing this. Will Joe Biden actually respond? Who knows? But the fact that you have a very popular United States senator telling him to do this thing, which is logical if Biden actually is going to put his money where his mouth is, we'll see. So, yeah, I'll keep you updated on this story. If Biden does choose to listen to Bernie Sanders, he absolutely should if he does want to be the most pro-union president in American history.
Honestly, he could probably at least be comparable and at least debatable if he were to at least, you know, be a little bit more hands-on when it comes to his pro-unionization efforts, not just with Amazon, but with Starbucks too. And if, you know, some of these other efforts going on as well, and at least, you know, doing things like the PRO Act and shit like that. Like, if he were to do things like that, you know, he actually potentially could be at least debatable as, you know, like one of the more pro-union presidents in America's history. If he did, but, you know, of course, he doesn't want to. I mean, even then, there's, like, a lot of different things, you know, even within, like, the PRO Act and shit that he could just sign up a fucking pen and just at least, you know, bypass and shit. Maybe not necessarily everything, but at least a good chunk of it. So it's like, fuck. Like, what the hell? Like, just do it. You dementia-addled piece of shit? Like, fuck. I know it's, like, part elder abuse that you exist in that fucking, you know, where you do, you know, being president and shit, being dementia-addled as you are, but, like, goddamn, son. Like, come on. It's not that hard. It ain't that hard at all. It's a pretty easy thing, I'd imagine. But, yeah, let's see what someone's taking the talk. Let's see what he has for today. Constitution may ban Trump from running in 2024. That's, oh my god, okay, honestly, does he give a fuck about that? Like, he ain't gonna care. Like, even if it does, like, he's still gonna do it. Like, goodness gracious, are you serious? Fox host wants public schools eliminated. Oh my god. Like, half of these I don't even necessarily even need to, like, watch. Like, that in itself just explains everything. Like, that's basically all you need. It's like, what? Like, really? We need to eliminate schools. They're public. It's like, fucking
That's
God.
bullshit.
What's some bullshit?
I broke my wallet.
How'd you break your wallet?
I don't know. I was just sitting in my car and I broke my wallet.
Wait, how'd you do it? Let me look at it.
I don't fucking know. Where's that fucking chain at?
How do you break a wallet? Like, how did you do that? Well, not even how. Like, how is it broken? Like, what's broke about it?
One of the links broke in my wallet chain.
Oh.
Wait.
Well, because it would just be some weak-ass links, son. That's all.
Where's that, Fuck, I showed it to you yesterday. We were fucking around with dog. What'd I do with that fucking gold, chrome chain?
I don't know. I know what you're talking about, but fuck if I know.
You're supposed to pay attention when I put shit somewhere.
Wait, I am?
Yes. It's your fucking duty, sir. It's your God-given duty. I said duty.
It's my God-given duty and right in divine order to fucking, like, watch what you do.
Yes. Learn something.
So, should I just, like, attach, like, some harness on you and just, like, leash you to me so you're basically, like, within eye's view of me at all times?
Don't make it sound weird.
Well, I mean, if you want a helicopter, like, if it's, like, God's will, I'm gonna have to helicopter parent you. I mean, like, come on now.
Zukov, kick him in the nuts for me.
He does that enough already as it is on his own. You don't need to encourage him.
I do. I really do, though.
If anything, he probably wants to do that to you. He's staring you down hardcore. Oh, little
Come at me,
baby.
bitch.
Oh wait, he's coming. He's coming at me.
Come at.
What's up, baby? Come here. Oh, now you're walking away from me. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here, Zukov. Come here, boy. Zukov. Zhukov. Zukov, come here. Zukov. Don't sit down and just stare at me like that. Come here.
Good job, bro.
Zukov, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here.
That's right,
come here.
Protest.
Come here. That's right. Come here.
Oh, you gave in.
Bye-bye. Oh, you stretchy thing. Oh, he's stretchy boy. Look at you. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, you're just a handsome buddy.
God damn you.
You're just a handsome little boy. Oh my goodness. Yes. Yes, you is.
Get out of room.
I'm just petting him. Fuck you.
Goddamn fucking scene.
Oh, you sweet little baby. Oh. He's checking you out. He's just like, what are you doing over there? Oh, you sweet thing. Oh.
You're killing newborn children over here.
Well, goddamn.
It is God's will.
What are you, Richard Paddock? Jesus.
It's God's will. I kill every firstborn child.
Oh. Bye-bye. Oh, you sweet thing. You sweet little thing. Oh. You sweet baby. Look at you, you big goofball. Oh. Look at this, so. You're just a ridiculous baby. Well, what's over there that piques your interest there, bro? Oh, it's such a good baby. You're just a sweet little boy. He's sweet. I didn't even do anything. What? What the builder? No. He's looking like if you're sleepy. You're sleepy. Oh, you're just going into bliss mode. Kind of. He like wants to take a nap, but he also wants to check you out, what you're doing over there at the same time. What a goofball. Oh, you're so sweet.
Go to bed, shop dog.
Go to bed on my lap and sleep and slumber. What are you doing? Can you not do that right here?
We will resume class tomorrow.
Can we not be like, you know, grooming ourselves over there while we're on my lap?
He's like, no. I will groom myself where I please, bitch.
Oh. Be a hunk of fluff. Ugh.
Oh, wait a minute.
You big goofy baby. You big goofy baby. Look at you. You're just a good boy. You're just a good boy. Oh. Hey, stop that. God. Like a little shrimp pop you. Just a little stretch. Look at you. You stretch monster. You little stretch monster, you. Look at you. You monster of the stretch. Oh my goodness, you big little punk. Oh. Oh my god, you look like you're just all blissed out. You look like you're just so blissed. You're just like, piece of bliss, yes. Oh, you're just so sweet.
It's about to get loud. For half a second.
For half a second? Oh god. He's taking a little nap. Well, his eyeballs opened up. Yeah, he's awake.
Doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of loving you.
Really? That's what you meant by loud? Why? Why are you doing that right now?
So I have to fix my wallet chain.
Oh my god, so you're using a goddamn like there's a quieter way to probably address the issue.
No, there isn't.
Yeah, yes there, oh my fucking god. What is this? What are you doing? What are you doing here, dude?
I'm pimping out is what I'm doing.
Not you, Zukov. You big goof. You big goo-boo. Oh, big goo-boo. Oh, you're just so soft and fluffy. You're just so soft. Oh my goodness, why are you soft? Why are you so soft?
That's like...
Yeah,
damn, I extended this... This actually might be too long now.
no.
God damn, oh damn, that's, I don't know about this. I've gone gone full Mexican now.
What does that even mean? That's not too long, who cares?
See, that is longer than what I would like.
Why not just get Chain Breaker and then, like, you know, knock it down a few?
Because I'm lazy.
You say that? You just said that like it was a bad thing. Well, now you're kissing it, so maybe it was a good thing. I don't know.
It's chrome and it's fucking long as balls.
As long as, 72-year-old pair of balls.
What?
Oh,
What the fuck?
Well, I could have gone more detailed and been like, stuffed in a steamer for 4 hours. For extra elongation.
Wait, do I even have a chain breaker here? Is it better question?
I don't know.
I saw one on the floor earlier.
The coffee, fucking... You... Why are you man-spreading?
Because you can.
Like, you're flopped out, your peaches are showing. Your peach harvest is, like bearing fruit there. Like, goddamn.
No pucks given, bro.
Evidently.
He's on stream showing how big his cock is.
You mean his peaches?
No, his cock. I mean his balls, actually.
That's what I mean, his peaches. Let's call them the peaches because they look like big fuzzy peaches.
No, his big ball sack. I might just leave it like this, actually.
I mean, they're just peaches. Because he's a big peachy goofball.
No, it's his giant ball sack. It's getting so hard to work on cars now with how long this fucking chain is.
I mean, maybe because I might actually legit get hooked on this shit. Let's get
That because I'm always fucking crawling under the car. Now I know. Now
what are you even like grooming at over there, bro? Like, what is it about your leg that you're just like, let me just like nom to town here, son? You've been at it for like 3 minutes. What is it about this spot that you must groom so much there, bro?
He's like, bro, I was enjoying myself. Fuck you. What time is it anyway?
It's really 1:45 a.m. It's 1:45 a.m.
You're fucking with me, right?
No, I'm not. I'm at the 1:46. Yeah.
How long have I fucking been here?
Since I was on lunch, at least.
I basically been here all day. God damn it.
Yeah, you've been here for the last 24 plus hours. You've been here more than anywhere else.
The car needed me.
Okay, now what the fuck you doing? Okay. You don't need to be grooming those peaches. Like, you can just stop it right there, sir. You can do that another time where I'm not your choice of bed and rest. Okay?
No,
We don't need you to be weird here. You big little schlump ball of absurdity.
No, dude, you gotta get him on stream.
Well, he is. He already is. He's just chilling
You
here.
gotta get him on the stream doing some nasty shit.
No.
I love how old.
You fucking like.
I didn't.
Why are you being like? Do I need to make sure my dog isn't near you? Like, I mean. Now I need to hold him in protection mode. I'm gonna hold him in protect mode. I protect my boy, my sweet little boy. Look at you.
There's some choice words I could say, but I'm just gonna keep it to myself.
Boy. Look at you big chunk.
Wait.
Oh my god.
Dayton.
Hey. Watch where you're putting your legs. I don't need that, tipping the bong over and causing a disaster. We don't need that there, dude. We don't need that there, bro. What are you doing? What is this? Okay, if you want to use yourself as a bed, that's fine. Go ahead. Less work for me.
How the fuck do you even say that word?
What?
Flamenco?
What? Let me look at... I if you want to learn how to pronounce it, let me look at it. Let me see. Why don't you just ever, like, let me just, like, look at a thing? When have I ever broken shit? In comparison to all the other dipshit people that have broken things like fucking car batteries and shit. So come on! Like, really?
No, wait one fucking second. Honestly, I don't even give a fuck if you break this. You can throw this across the fucking room and I wouldn't give a fucking fuck.
Well,
I'm being fucking legit.
Okay, goddamn.
Do it! Throw it! Throw it! Throw it! God damn it!
No.
I'll throw it then.
Can we not throw things, please?
What are we in school?
12 volt neg.
No!
I'm going from top to bottom.
Fuck top to bottom. We just need to know this.
That looks like, Fonoco.
Fonoco?
That's what it looks like. It looks like an N. Fonoco. Fonoco.
Fonoco.
Yeah, it's a 12 volt NG GND date installed, and it literally doesn't even have anything there. 4TMSF, model number 5426, Fonoco. Fonoco radio.
Well, this is what I think of your Fonoco fucking radio.
Can we not please? No, do not. Please, can we not?
Why? It's not gonna hurt the door.
If you're gonna, okay, look, if you're gonna do that on the front yard.
It's not as fun.
Oh my god, you get to chuck it farther. How's that not fun? Are you kidding me, dude? Not in here. You
hear that? You hear that, guys? He's a buzzkill.
Not
Buzzkillington.
Not in the house, you dip.
Now you just sound like a parent.
Do I have to be a parent? Because I will.
So my
child, you do not throw things in this house.
I might just chuck it at your head now.
Oh, fuck you.
Or this Fonoco or whatever fucking radio. I wonder if it's worth any money.
Yeah, that would be worth some money. Even with the way it looks.
Oh, you take off all this fucking metal.
Even then, dude.
It's fucking useless.
Well, even...
It actually still works.
It would be valuable if it worked, yeah, like...
No, I mean, 100% it still fucking works. I tore it out because I'm tired of hearing AM radio.
Well, I mean, yeah, somebody...
I don't want to hear some fucking dude talk about bullshit I don't care about.
I mean, honestly...
It's like those old fucking moms that come in the fucking gas station and listen to NPR. Ain't nobody give a shit!
Hey, NPR ain't that bad.
I was trying to think of another one, but I can't think of any.
Lars Larson. Yeah, I love that just sigh of just like, oh god.
Didn't fucking, Robert used to listen to Lars Larson all the fucking time?
That's my dad. But no, he did too, yeah. He listened to Clyde Lewis.
Same fucking different. Same diff.
I mean, kind of, but yeah. I mean, like...
Arguably.
He was more, like, Clyde Lewis is more into conspiratorial, like, you know, delving into, like, not as much into politics, but he would delve into that. And at least would have a veneer of being, like, outside of the binary, like, political spectrum a little bit, even though he definitely leaned more right. While Lars Larson is just straight up a full fucking, like, political Republican, far-right, like, loyalist type, propagandist, shitbag. Like, I mean, he's legit more of, like, a right-wing propagandist radio host type versus fucking, you know, Clyde Lewis. Like, he at least has a little bit more of a... I mean, even, honestly, like, I actually don't necessarily mind listening to Clyde Lewis just because he does, you know, sometimes will dedicate a whole show just delving into things like UFOs or some shit like that. You know, so... Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, you know, it's like he's not...
UFOs is...
I'm just saying that as an example. Like, he, you know, like, he'll delve into some other shit, but, like, I mean...
That sounds like a buddy of mine's fucking, like,
I'm just saying UFO is just an example because it's like one of the more common things when it comes to like, you know...
a chick who works on a gas station, who's like a conspiracy theorist, and supposedly has worked for the NSA.
If she's working at a gas station with you, bullshit, dude.
And supposedly she's like...
Him. Oh my god, look at him.
Supposedly she's like this really smart fucking computer tech person, I guess. And works at the gas station just to get a break, I guess. I don't fucking know.
Bullshit. Like, honestly, you know what? If she knows so much, give her, like, an Apple tablet or something, like an iPad, and fucking, like, you know, make her, like, you know, break into its, like, security or some shit. Like, give her, I mean, seriously, like, give her, like, you know, something that, like, a laptop or some shit, and just, like, figure out how to, like, break through and log in or whatever the fuck, or break in through, like, you know, some code or some stuff. And just straight up, like, you know, make her fucking prove it. And also, you know where that bead is? That's technically where you want to pull it from.
Oh, whatever.
I'm just saying, I mean, I don't know much about bows, but I know this much. If there is something that kind of is like a little, quote, assist, I mean, you know, I'm just saying. I mean, Metal T would know more about it. I don't know why he hasn't picked it up yet. Like, I mean, I'm starting to wonder why he hasn't yet. Like, does he just not want to deal with it? Because he also has an axe that he needs to get to. Like, there's a few things that he needs to pick up.
Axe?
Yeah, top shelf on my little drawers over there. No. Oh, you just right there. Right next to my ammo box stuff on the top, that top drawer. If you open it up, it'll be like underneath my flag in there. If you take the flag out, you'll see it. Like, that's his. And also the brace.
Piece of shit.
Yeah, like, honestly, actually, like, it's still a good axe and everything, but, like, yeah, like, I just kind of left the stuff that, you know, he needs to pick up in there outside of a couple of my other things, but, yeah. Eventually, that's where I'm going to put a lot of my 7.62 stuff, and the first shelf is where all my 12-gauge stuff is.
This is like a weird-ass, like...
It's a bow brace, so when you, like, you know, so the hand...
Yeah, I got it. I know, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna, yeah, I mean, it's just like this little brace, so the hand that you're holding the bow, you know, doesn't slap against you when you release the string, and...
I would've did it like this.
It doesn't have to be precise, it's just like, you know...
There.
Yeah. Oh, boo. Oh, you little stretch.
I do not feel like fucking biking home.
I mean, you can crash here. Oh, look at this building.
No, I need to take a shower. Get out of these clothes I've been wearing for fucking 2 days. I need to put on some clean clothes.
Yeah, because it's actually like... Do you really want to know?
Huh?
Do we really want to know what time it is right now?
No, I really fucking don't. If you tell me, I'll chuck a tire at you.
It's 4:26 a.m.
No, it isn't. It was just one something. There's no.
I know. I'm just fucking with you.
That's it. I'm chucking a tire at his head.
Hey, if you
chucking a tire at his head.
No, if you said the time, I said a time. I didn't say the time. You can barely pick that up, even.
Oh, shit, God. Because my back fucking hurts.
Well, don't hurt your backs. No, stop it. Don't break your back, man. Don't injure yourself.
Haha. Who can't lift it?
Yeah, good luck chucking it, but you're gonna hurt yourself more than me.
Honestly, if I fucking threw this at you, I would entirely fucking miss and hit your bone.
And honestly, I would literally beat the fuck out of you and use the buttstock of my gun to make sure that your face was a little more flattened. Like, I mean,
that shit. There's a whole bunch of other weapons in this garage that I could use before you would even get to that.
It's right here.
It's right here.
Well, when you've chucked that, and by the time that has happened, when everything's all destroyed, Yeah, like, I mean...
And then I got this.
Okay, well, fine. Well, now you have to pick that back up before you pick those up again. So you're actually, like, you know... Like, even if you prep yourself, you're still setting yourself up for failure. You only have so much of a reaction time, dude.
Wait.
I swear to God. I swear to God, bro.
I'm not even aiming for you, just shut up.
I don't even care. Don't chuck it. I don't even, there's nothing even there for that to like fall into or anything. Don't even, I swear. I'm doing like a Karen thing at you now because it's justifiable. There are instances of justifiable Karenship, and this is like a moment of justifiable Karenism. Okay, I like, Wait a
minute. I got an idea.
Oh, you big flop.
Damn,
oh, you floppy baby. Oh.
If you donate $20 to Suzuki Stream, he will send you 1 motorcycle tire.
I don't even have anything like that set up.
Plus, he'll even sign it as Ignar Husky. What?
I'm gonna sue you for a false advertisement because that's not even that's not even gonna happen. That's not even gonna happen at all.
He's lying. We can do it. You start selling random shit at your garage. With your signature on it.
I mean, you know what? Like, honestly, if there were some weird fucking people that were to buy that shit, I wouldn't give a fuck. I would take the money, whatever.
Take the money and run.
Come on, take the money and run. Oh, you sleepy baby.
Okay, last scenario night, and then I'm out of here.
You sleepy baby. Oh, sleepy boy.
And I'm just gonna ask me what I'm doing, and then I'm gonna go like, nothing.
I mean, well, what are you doing?
This watch.
Why do I have to...
Watch my shenanigans!
No! I'm over here. I can't do that shit when I'm from over here. Like, boo.
I feel like... Is somebody coming in the garage? God damn it.
No, I'm...
Wait, we'll do it crooked.
What, do you hear someone coming in the garage? No. What are you doing?
God damn it. How's this... Oh, we'll have to do a smaller one.
What are you doing?
1 minute! What did I do with the chuck key?
Why do you have to... all it takes is, like, literally, like, less than 5 seconds to just, like, you know, be like, yo, what are you doing?
If you wanted to know that bad, you would come over here.
What? I have a dog taking a nap on my lap. I can't necessarily do that.
Ain't good.
Well, fuck you!
Means more shenanigans for me over here.
Oh my god, this fucking flop. Oh, this boo. Oh, this little baby. Sleepy little baby boy.
This one should be able to.
You sweet baby.
If you can't penetrate this...
That's what she said.
Then I'm getting rid of you.
That's what she said! If you can't penetrate this, then I'm leaving you. Fuck you.
Oh wait a minute, I got a better idea of how to do this. Why was I doing that the hard way?
God love juvenile sense of humor. Oh.
That just looks wrong.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Yeah, you are. Nothing would imply nothing would be being used, but something's being used, so you're doing something. You can't fucking, like, you know... What? Like, can you just say what you're doing?
No, I'm doing drugs over here. I mean, I'm doing illegal pharmaceutical drugs over here.
Which require a drill press?
Yes. We're doing whippets.
That requires a drill press?
Yes. I also don't know how you do whippets, so maybe. I don't fucking know.
I've seen it once when I was on acid, so I strangely have a very weird memory on how you do it.
I'm totally glad I wasn't with you guys when you guys did acid.
It was actually fun, but the last little bit when that happened, I was just like, okay, well, I'm just gonna kind of vibe out and take in the scenery. Look at this little boy. Look at this chunk. Like a little horseshoe just sleeping here, looking like a little you. Oh, you sweet little baby. Oh, you sweet little baby boy. You just a sleepy boy, yes you is. Oh, yeah. You sleepy baby. You've been having fun all day today out in the front yard, haven't you, you sweet baby?
Okay, let's see if this is what I should do it.
No. You sleepy baby.
God damn, it's too fucking big. Why is it I can never find a fucking Phillips in this goddamn place?
Because the house eats things.
Your dad blames me, but I swear to God I have.
Dude, oh my god, for every nickel, if I had a nickel for every time he fucking blamed you for fucking, like, anything missing, I swear to God, I'd be Bezos rich.
How would it be me? All my tools are here.
I don't know.
Answer me this.
And also, at this point, he's moved on from you and now just blames Zukov for everything. And it's just like, yo. Like,
Good.
at this point, yeah, fuck you.
Good.
Like, fuck you, you asshole.
I'm been declared cool.
Well, no, you're not. But, I mean, for now. But no, you're not. But, like...
I'm gonna start blaming the dog. I'm like, the dog ate the tools.
Yeah, but honestly, like, yeah, he'll say, like, you know, kids eating his tools shit. It's like, honestly, it's like, no, he doesn't. Like, yeah, I've seen him chew on some stuff before, but at this point, like, not that often.
Ah, I found Phillips.
Because every time I catch him, I, you know, discipline him and be like, no, you don't do that. I mean, so it's like, no way in hell.
Okay.
He still gets at me for cords, and it's like, I mean, it's like, when has he ever done that at this point?
Bitch.
I haven't seen him do that since, you know, the first month I got him, so it's just like, give me a break. He just loves to hold grudges and just bitch about it constantly.
Okay.
Like, he'll literally bitch about a thing, even though that thing happened, like, 4 months ago or some shit. And it's just like, shut the fuck up about it. Like, who cares about it anymore? Like, move on. Like, God.
Obviously, he cares.
He just literally does it to bitch. Like, I mean, he literally, like, woke up because he slept wrong, and he literally thought he got, like, kicked in the gut or some shit. And just kept bitching about that for, like, 40 fucking minutes in here, and it's just like, dude, just like, Jesus fucking Christ. It's like, man, like, sometimes he just literally will be like, you know, find somebody to be around and shit, literally just bitch, just to bitch, even if you're not paying attention to him, just on the virtue that, you know, someone's just hearing him. It's like, fuck.
It's not what any old person wants. That they just want to be heard, bro.
Well, I even explained it to him in Occam's Razor sense, like, maybe he slept wrong and he fucking, you know, pinched something and that woke you up. And, you know, it wasn't like, you know, something kicking you or some shit or whatever the fuck. You know, so it's just like, I don't know, use Occam's Razor, but no, it was like, I guess this happened, and I'm just gonna continue to bitch about this thing that didn't really happen, but did because I'm having a pain, you know, but I'm gonna blame it on something that didn't happen, though.
What, you say you, like, kicked him or something?
No, he just said that, like, he woke up, like, kicked him in the side or some shit, and it's just like... it's like, and even if that happened, it was likely that either, like, Zukov, like, hopped on him and, like, put both his paws on his side or some shit, and that woke him up, but not really, because, like, likelihood that, you know, he was with me, or some shit.
Wait a minute.
So it's like honestly, realistically, probably you just like slept wrong and you pinched a nerve. I mean, yeah, probably. I mean, yeah, one of them hopped on him and jumped off of him. Well, what the fuck happened there?
Oh, that hurt.
What'd you do? What the? Well, I know that, but what type of detailed shenanigans? Like,
oh, that wasn't actually shenanigans. That was the top fucking drill press hitting me in the head.
I don't think that's the only thing that's hitting you in the head today.
I love you too, naked women. You wanted my attention. You didn't have to hit me in the head.
Ain't that a kick in the head? Oh, little sleepy baby. Oh my god, you're so knocked out. Just a little knocked out baby.
Shenanigans.
Just a little sleepy knocked out baby boy.
Ah, fuck. Wait a minute.
I hope you stay like this for the rest of the night, just so I can cuddle the fuck out of you when I go to bed.
You're just gonna cuddle the fuck out of your dog?
I mean, yeah, if he's like anywhere near my bed and I can just like stretch up to like pull him up and next to me and just like hug him and just like hug up next to him and just like go back to bed like he's like a little stuffed plush toy or something like that, yeah.
Okay.
And if he's like this, like he is right now, he doesn't give a shit, like he'll just let me do it. I mean, eventually he'll wake up and like want to stretch and do some other stuff and he'll get up and leave, but you know, when he's like this, I mean, he will just let me do it and doesn't give a shit.
Hell yeah.
And it's like a little warm blanket too. He's like a little heater, so it's like I don't need a heater at that point. Because he's just a little warm, little fluffy teddy bear. You sweet little baby.
I wonder how long it will take that everyone to notice that.
His leg collapsed and he literally just tried to like put it back up, but he just did not have any energy to try to do that and he just let it fall and just collapse again. Oh my god, this dog is knocked out. I'm gonna feel a little guilty when I have to like get up later.
Alright, shenanigans is over. I feel like no one's gonna notice what I did. Besides me.
What'd you do?
I'm not gonna tell you.
Fuck you, just do it! Just tell me, you piece of shit, man.
I'm a piece of shit.
Why?
I'm not gonna tell you because it's gonna be more funny. You're gonna be like, you're gonna text me later and be like, why, asshole? Did you do this?
Why can't you just be upfront about it?
Yeah, it's fun this way.
No, you're just a fucking masochist and you just want to see fucking torment and fucking harm and psychological trauma done to people.
This is true. I am whatever that word you said.
Well, actually, it would be sadist. Masochist will be...
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm a
itself.
masochist, not a sadist. Don't worry, I get the two mixed up.
Yeah, and don't worry, I actually kind of do. I just did, so I mean, I kind of do too sometimes. Blah, blah. It looks like you're kind of struggling to like...
I hear a cat. Is it Bandit?
No, I would know if that was cat. That was just my seat.
Sure.
Zukov would be like waking right the fuck up and well, see now he's about to wake up because he just did something with the door. Oh. Blah, blah.
He's like hardly left. What the fuck?
A little bit though. Like you look at him now. He's all like awake. He's all like, what the fuck? Oh.
It's like you came back. I can go back to sleep now.
Yeah. I mean, a little bit now. Like, yeah, he's all comfortable. He's like, oh, you're back. Okay, I'm safe.
That shit is fucking hilarious.
Oh, your ear is so soft. You got the softest little ears. Why are your ears soft? Your ears are still puppy-like. You have the puppy ears still. They're so cute. Why are your ears so much of a puppy? What the hell?
That's what I should do.
What the hell is this?
on the ladder on the treetop.
Oh, the ears are so soft. They're like little doe ears. The way they look, they're just so floppy. Like going off.
Okay, I need to turn around.
Alright.
Oh! Nut shot!
Fuck you. Fuck you, Sukov. Asshole. Yep, feeling that one. Gonna feel that one. I have one more burr, but it's actually bigger than the other two. And I don't want to drink all that, so I think I'll save that for tomorrow.
Zukov, man. Quit drinking so much water. You're about to go to bed.
No, you could drink it. He hasn't really drinking or eaten much that tonight. Or today. Like, the food in his water bowl were in his, in my room all day, so.
Shit.
What the fuck are you doing? I just like, processed that you're up there. Like, what?
I got my foot stuck.
What? No, what are you doing up there?
Nothing.
What? Why is that? What are you doing? Why is that up there? Why do you have an NOS can floating up in the fucking ceiling? What is this? That's what you were doing? What is this? What is this?
Damn it, I gave it away.
No! What the fuck did you do? That's what the drill bit was using for? Seriously? What are you doing with that? What the fuck are you doing now? What? Oh my god, that giggle, I swear to god. Ugh. No, God is so mischievous and Machiavellian as fuck. Like, why?
Come on, let's see this. I totally forgot I had this, honestly. And I can't fucking use it.
What is it? What the fuck is that even? It looks like a weird ass like torchlight. That normally would be used to pull the garage door, but as you can tell, it's no longer connected by the garage door. You wanna know how that happened? Can you take a guess who did that?
You.
Fuck you too then, asshole! No! The older one.
Oh, your brother?
No!
The elder one. Your mom?
What? No.
Your dad?
Yeah. Well, I was kind of doing this a little bit because, I mean, indirectly, technically, those other two, but it was because my mom orchestrated it. And Robert and Matt at the time were actually the ones who helped clean out the fucking garage and shit. My dad literally had the biggest fucking meltdown. It was like, you can't even open the garage door, and he pressed the garage door button, and it, like, seized, but, like, the force, apparently, was still, was so strong that it literally, like, ripped the actual thing from the hinges, as you can see right there where it used to be. Like, on the actual garage door itself, like, you can kind of see where the hinges actually used to be on the garage door, because there's, like, a massive, like, actual discoloration where it used to be. But, yeah, like, it's, yeah. I guess he, at some point, eventually just took down the actual, like, piece and everything, so I don't know where that is, but, like...
This garage door will never open again.
Yeah, basically. Well, I mean, yeah, it could, but...
All the shit would fall.
Yeah, I mean, at least
like,
that's
all the shit that's leaning against.
Well, I mean, it could, but yeah, it would have to be cleaned out a little bit. Yeah, but I mean, it could hypothetically open again, but again, there would have to be a lot of, you know, at least, you know.
There's no even point of opening the garage door because you guys built a room in here.
Yeah, I mean,
you couldn't even fit a vehicle in here.
Well, you technically could fit like a bunch of motorcycles in here. Even with everything as it is now, you've done that. At least one. So it's just like, let's say hypothetically, you know, this section where I'm sitting at and all this area was empty. Like, you could fit at least like 4 motorcycles in here, even with that room, if you had a garage door open. And that, just with this area alone.
Don't tempt me, because...
Shut up. It's never gonna happen. But just...
Honestly, dude,
I mean,
I could fit like 60 bikes in this garage.
60?
Yeah.
No way.
Easy.
Where the fuck are you getting 60 bikes to prove that shit? Oh my god, he's thinking about it.
There's a thing called the
Bandit! I'm holding Bandit. Come forth, Bandit.
No.
I'll save you from Zukov. Hey, what's up, man? It's Mike. Oh, you fat, you chungus. You chungus. Oh.
Ooh. Zukov is like, you bastard. Look at this shit, Zukov. Look at this shit.
He took a nap on my lap for like 30 minutes. You can shut up. Like, I can hold Bandit for a while.
He's so jealous now. He's like, fuck you, bro.
The true king. How you doing, little king? Yes.
I'm surprised he's in the house.
Yeah, he's been chilling in the house for most of the day. At least when I've seen him. If anything, I think this is a sign that my dad just woke up. Because all the cats, I think, have been in his room for the most part, if I remember correctly. Oh my god, this chunk. I mean, you're shed like a madman, bro. Look at oh my god! So much fur, bro. You shed a maniac.
The cat does whatever the cat wants.
He does, but I mean, I just kind of plopped him and picked him up, you know, when he was doing something else, but he's accepted his fate and is actually totally okay with this. Because he understands the love and the bliss and the...
He was headed out.
The dopamines.
He was headed out for the night. He's like, I'm going out.
I'm going out for a rat hunt, but you know what? I'll get a little dopamine bliss before I do. Make me feel good before I leave. Little confidence boots, getting fluffed. Have a little fluffer, make me feel good before I go.
You jealous little motherfucker.
Yeah, I know, look at him. You jealous little shit looking at me like that. You literally took a nap on my lap for like 20 minutes. You can go fuck off, bro. Like, are you serious, dude? Look at you.
Come here. Come here.
Oh my god, I'm literally building up a gigantic, like, fucking build-up of fucking shitty-ass fur.
I love you, buddy. I love you.
Oh, shut up. I love him, too. He literally had a nap on my lap. And it rhymes, even. A nap on the lap.
Yeah.
Oh, little chungus. Yes. Both of my chunguses. Both of my boys getting love at the same time.
Don't worry, I won't trade you for a cat.
Oh, fuck you! I literally, like, took him over this cat. He came after the cat because I wanted the dog, you prick. Fuck off this shit, trying to fucking sow discord between the animals.
Yeah.
If anything, Bandit has rubbed heads up against Zukov's head because, you know, honestly, they would do that right now if Zukov was a little more chill. You okay, buddy? Like, I've seen
Zukov would fuck Bandit up. If he wanted to.
Oh my god. Are you kidding me, bro? I've seen Bandit murk the fuck out of Zukov so many times where Zukov will literally, like, run away when Bandit starts walking and flexing his muscle a little bit. Oh, Bandit's like, I've been sufficiently fluffed. I'm now ready. He's in that mode. I'm just gonna keep petting him until he leaves. I mean, he will on his own. I'm letting him on his own. You know, go. You know, I'm not forcing him. I'm just petting him until he does.
Like, I wonder where the fuck he goes.
You know, I do wonder that myself, but I kind of have a general idea. He goes across the street and goes in the different little yards of those houses, which I guarantee you that means he goes in the other yards that have access from those yards from the houses across the street. He goes next door to those houses and not this house because of the dog that they got. So because I never seen him go there plus the street. So I think everything that's really that way is mostly off premise. Like I've never really seen him go any farther than the little driveway that's right over there. I never seen him go farther than that. And I'm trying to think. At least for like maybe like over there. Like, at least if he does explore, it's going to be way over where the street's still on the dead end. Because he does go explore there all the time. So, I actually kind of have a general idea where his territory is. But, I mean, as for where he really explores and everything, I mean, I don't know. But I actually have an idea about what he does, though. He probably finds a spot and literally just lays around and sleeps in that general area for like 4 hours.
Bro, you pussy bitch.
I told you. I told you, bro. Bandit will murk his ass.
Bro, you're bigger than that cat.
I told you, bro.
Insert some dominance, you pussy.
Dude, I told you, man. Bandit, as small as he is a king. Zukov is just a prince. He's the heir, but, you know, that's all he is. That's all he got. Bandit, you know, will fucking flex on his ass. I can hear it. I already know what's going on over there. I don't even need to see it. I already know. I can just hear it. Zukov is like, you know, doing some shit, and his bandit's just sitting there. Just like, staring at him, just like, what are you gonna do, huh? What are you really gonna do?
Zukov!
Because if he gets in close, he'll just go, boom! Deck his ass.
Do something!
Like, you see, you know that little mark he has on the front of his nose? That's Bandit. Like, pretty much any injury that Zukov has on him, on his face, is literally because of Bandit. And honestly, like...
Are you really that much of a pussy?
Have you seen the marks that he's been left on by Bandit? Like, I mean, I'm being serious. Like, Bandit will swipe his ass, and pretty good, too. I mean, he doesn't get into fights outside of Bandit. Yeah, flex, Bandit.
Come on, Zukov.
You ain't gonna take that shit, Bandit.
Dude. Dogs rule. Dogs are alpha. Fuck cats.
Nah, dude, Bandit's the alpha, bro. In this
That's
house,
right.
Bandit's the king.
That's right. I said it, Bandit. Fuck you.
Well, evidently, the results say otherwise. You don't need to say shit back. He just proved it without even saying a damn thing to you. See? See what I just, you proving my point. Boom. Oh, flexed.
You gonna let a little bitch cat fucking fuck you up, bro?
Bitch cat, you mean a fucking lion? He's fucking like, he's like, fuck you! Asshole! Oh my god, dude. Bandit flexing. Bandit the lion. The lion of Oregon. The Cascadian lion. Look at you, boy. You little lion, you. You little cougar. You tiger. You leopard. You jaguar. You every big cat I could think of. You big predatory kitty.
Bro, you can't be shop dog if you're scared of a fucking cat, bro.
Oh my god.
It's not allowed, man. No, get the fuck away. I'm ashamed of you.
Oh my god.
For shame.
It's a back and forth between the two, dude, and I love it. It's so cute.
For shame, brother.
Aw, little Bandit. He knows, Bandit knows his throne, and he ain't gonna fucking give it up. Zukov is too much of a goofball to really recognize the true stakes of it all, so he just takes it. Like the jester he really is.
The fuck was that, Zukov?
Oh my god, this fucking
Bro, you
dog.
could kill that cat in one fucking bite, bro.
Bandit sounded very offended by you. Yeah, I would be too, Bandit. Fuck him.
He's scratching his face with his paw.
Well, he also does that partly as a vocal attention thing too. He's a vocal. He can be like when he is vocal, he's very vocal. Get him, Bandit. Get him, boy. Or come over here. One or the other.
Yeah, that's right, bro.
Come on, Zukov. Evidently, you got something to prove to him. Bandit, you really think you're gonna try to get this dog to prove something to you? Come on. You know your spot, Bandit. I mean, you already know. I don't need to give you emotional support. Zukov needs it.
Really?
He's going after a bone now. He's like, I'm gonna chew on a little bit of his bone. Bandito. Hey, buddy. Zukov, don't eat that piece of paper. You little noodle. You bread loaf. You fucking bread loaf. You little tenderloin, you. Look at you.
Bruh, I'm so...
You little fucking New York steak sirloin.
I'm so ashamed of you. I cannot put into words my disgust.
Wow. You're just realizing this? Wow, you literally are just like, you're over there reflecting life.
No. You ain't allowed in this corner anymore.
Oh, poor Zukov.
You're banned. And no rights in the keyboard either.
Wow, really, dude? You're gonna be that much of an asshole to him?
Yep.
Wow, Zukov, evidently you really had to prove something tonight, and you failed, man. Wow, Bandit. Bandit, you didn't even do that much at all. Besides just flex the fact that you're the king. I mean, it's like, wow, bro. All that's
out. That way.
Man, it took you this long to realize that's what was going on this entire time, bro?
I've never seen them together, that's why.
Well, oh my god. I mean, this is literally a nightly occurrence. I'm not even kidding. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Shenanigans.
You're putting a fucking...
Watch, just watch.
You're putting a steel rod in a fucking wheel.
Yeah, just watch.
Oh my god, no. Stop it. 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 You're gonna fall over and shit's gonna break. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Zukov, tell him to shut up.
Do that outside. Do that outside. Do that outside. I'm gonna keep repeating this until you go outside.
No.
Oh my god.
Well, it won't stay stable. God damn it.
That's why you do it outside. Like,
yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, how are you gonna go forward or backward? How are you gonna turn that? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Huh? What are you gonna do? That's right, nothing. Nothing.
Are you fucking shouting like craziness?
Yo, this time, yeah.
Shit.
Oh my god. Yeah, oh my god. I swear to God. I swear.
Like, I can't go anywhere because the rod's too big.
That's why you do it outside. Like, oh my goodness gracious.
Do something, you pussy!
The older clone has arrived. Hey, do you think you could do errands for me tomorrow?
What?
Do you think you could do something for me tomorrow?
What would be what?
Sportsman's at like 2 and then take me to Mama's after that.
Okay.
About...
I figured I'd be taking you to Sportsman's, but...
Yeah.
Come on, Snaz.
What is this like a daily occurrence? You go to fucking Sportsman's?
Not weekly, but I'm gonna go back there because I'm actually about 720, well, you know. Well, I'm about 720 bucks saved up, so it's like 2 weeks until I get about the full amount, and I know it's about 2 weeks for a background check, so I'm actually gonna go up there and see about maybe like doing a down payment and seeing, you know, kind of getting shit worked out and all that.
Oh no, I have to go through myself. I have an extra $200 in my fucking pocket.
Oh, you thinking about that 22? A revolver?
No, I should really use that one to get a phone.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, get a phone first. At least kind of get other parts and all that other shit squared out. I mean, I will agree with, like, Logan and other people that, you know, prioritize the other shit first, but...
Wait. No hands in this.
I mean, honestly, if you want, I can help put, like, a side savings for you with that, too, you know, if you want, because I already am doing that myself.
Yeah, oh, shit!
Okay, see, what?
Oh!
Now you know what it's like to get bitten by a shark.
No, it actually went into my skin. That's actually in my hand. I'm not fucking around.
Well, get it out of your hand and...
Screw you! Oh, that fucking hurt.
Hey, don't be messing with my shark.
Well, he's being a weirdo with a steel rod and a wheel and being like a unicyclist. Oh my god, do this outside. Oh, I'm cringing. I swear to god, dude. This is what I mean! Look what happens! Look what you did!
Oh, it's my ankle.
Man, I wish that was your balls. Because I'd be laughing.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Scat.
Oh, fuck you. Do not say scat to him. You can say get out of here, but you do not say scat. Or scram or any of the
Scram!
No. That's an offensive thing to say to him.
Well, maybe he needs to grow a pair of fucking balls.
He has peaches. Yes, he already does. They're peaches. It's like a peach tree over there, okay?
Failure!
Oh my... I need to, like, prohibit you from, like, holding anything that's of length that can be used as a blunt object. Like, as soon as you said those shooting comments, I literally hid this from you. Like, I'm like, you know what? Because he's saying that, even though he's not knowing or realizing I have it, I'm gonna just kind of hide this and put this over here. And I'm like, that steel rod looks like it should probably also be over here, too, with it.
Why? I can just grab another one.
God damn it.
Huh?
Well...
There's like a pile of steel rods back here for some reason.
You know, I can actually use those for my platform. Squirrel platforms and stuff. They could be like little beams, you know, like little walkways for the squirrels, or they could be like little posts for a roof or something. Shit like that. I got ideas.
Oh, Lord, he has ideas.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do indeed.
Get the fuck out of here. I need fucking, it's probably like 2 something in the morning.
Yeah, it's 2:40 a.m. And I'm not fucking with you, by the way. I'm actually being serious. Which that means I'm actually gonna probably smoke this last bowl and call good myself. Get me some food. Got some pizzas. Pizzas sound pretty good.
Yes. I really don't want to ride my bike home. I might take fucking South Lake.
Anyway, I'll call it good for the rest of the evening. So, peace out. Of course, I'll be back around for the next one. So.